Welcome to the Jam Podcast, where we'll find some pretty cool guests. Welcome to the Jam Podcast. We can't think of the rest.
Okay, and welcome back to an episode. Shut the fuck up! I'm not even started yet. Right.
It was like first date vibes. Oh, welcome back. Do you want the salad? You have to have the salad. It's fine.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jam Podcast. I'm
Woo!
here with
Bit of energy. Come on, Max. Some shagging experts.
I'm back with my co-host Jack. That's it. Thank you.
Yep.
And we've got a very special guest today. Now, Jack, you're used to getting slapped in the face during your shows.
Yeah.
Whilst we're doing live stand-up and stuff like that.
And I
this
love
man
bald-
shares a name with a notorious slapper. It's Mr. Will Smith, everybody.
Hey!
Hello. Wow, look at that. Round of applause.
Yeah,
not too used to that.
They were
Cut
real
short
quick
a
to
little bit,
stop as well.
I also love bald women, so there's more than that in common.
Yeah, they are really good looking.
Yeah. And wiped clean, which is handy.
Yeah.
Was she G.I. Joe?
G.I. Jane.
G.I.
It's the
Jane.
G.I.
wasn't it?
Jane.
I don't think she was actually G.I. Jane. I think that was just the joke.
G.I. Jade.
No, was she
Goody.
Because there is a...
dead?
There's
Did she not?
No, there was a film called G.I. Jane.
Was
Which
she not in that?
No,
it's
the
just
joke was
yeah,
that
yeah.
she was bald,
Like
like G.I. Jane.
I get it now. Yeah, she's not got any hair.
Yeah.
Will, good day.
Yes, hello, gents. Good to be here. How are we doing? Good
Not
to be
bad.
here.
Too
Good to
bad,
be here.
not
Thanks for
too
having me. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
no problem. Thanks for coming. I know it's been something that we've been trying to prep for a while. It's a bit
Yeah.
like with Jake. It took us months to sort out Jake as
Yeah,
well.
no, scheduling's a nightmare, mate.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's genuinely because I don't have that much free time, and the free time I do have, I would like spending it doing absolutely nothing. So it's very hard to get me out of the house of an evening. Do you know what I mean?
No,
To be
fair enough.
Will was telling me he's got a half-breed dog.
You got a half-breed?
Yes.
It's easy for you to
Half-breed.
say.
It's very
He's a
easy.
half breed, so he's a Shorkie. But to be fair, that's only recent information. Originally,
Why is he keeping secrets?
no, because he was a rescue dog.
Is
So,
he?
well, I'll say a rescue.
So if you were kidnapped, he'd be like, get a map. He'd phone the kidnappers and be like, I don't know who you are, but I have a particular shit. Not Scooby-Doo.
My dog's black, mate. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he's like shit.
Yo, bitch.
But no, he was a rescue. Basically, long story short, got him off a family member, and they told me that he was one family member told me that he was a Jack Shit, which is a Shih Tzu cross with a Jack Russell.
Yeah.
And then
Is it?
well,
Yeah.
that's what I was told. And then a lot of people were denying this. Like people who've met him were like, he's not a Jack Russell.
I've met that dog.
Yeah, there's no way he's a Jack Russell. And then I asked again the people I got him from, and then they were like, no, he's a Shorkie. And I was like, oh, which is a Shih Tzu. So it's like it's one of them. No, that's like me. Imagine I'm white all my life, and then 5 years in, someone's like, by the way,
You could pass for a bitch.
That kind of happened to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Always been white, and then about 2 years ago, found out I'm like partially Native American as well.
wow, damn.
Always thought it was Italian American. I was like fully ready to join the mafia and shit. And then they were like, "No, it's Native." I was like, "Well, get me in the casino."
Get me in the casino. Absolutely.
But they didn't have any.
What casinos?
No, they don't have any casinos. They're
And-
just
yeah.
regular people.
Oh, your people.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, your people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bung, bung, bung,
Oh,
bung, but no, yeah,
What, ninjas?
life's good.
No, just tomahawk.
Oh, sorry. Cool. So he's a nice little Shorkie.
Yes, he's like, honestly, someone said this to me the other day because I take him on stage a lot because sometimes I'll take him to the open mics and people don't want to be left with a Shorkie, right? So take him on stage quite a lot, and someone took a picture of us the other week on stage and my girlfriend looked at it and she was like, you know what? You actually couldn't get away with having any smaller of a dog. Like he's the smallest capacity of dog I can have. If I went smaller, it would look fucking weird. Do you know what I
Max has
mean?
got a small dog.
I've got two small dogs.
What dogs you got?
I've got a Maltese and I've
Posh.
got a Chihuahua.
Chow's cool.
Yeah, the Chihuahua is fucking awesome. I really like it.
Really?
And I never liked Chihuahuas beforehand, but he just sits there all day. He's about 10 years old.
Nice.
We got him off my grandma because she has too many.
Yeah.
And
But I thought she died.
no, my granddad died. Anyway,
What?
so we got the
Wait,
dog.
granddad died and you
he
fucked off with the dogs?
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to tell a story here. He just sits there all day, lies down everywhere, just with his tongue out, and does not make a sound.
Really?
It's unusual for a Chihuahua
So
to
I
not
want
be
to
like
ask this,
yapping.
if you've got small dogs, I want to ask this. Do they have like the small man syndrome thing? Do you think?
The Maltese does, yeah.
Good.
But he's also like 4 years old as well, so he's
Right.
like still quite young.
So my dog Milo, he's let's just do a dog podcast.
Dog-
Oh, yeah.
Dogcast.
Dogcast, yeah.
But so Milo, he's 6, so he's like whatever. But he's quite,
Sorry, he's like whatever. He's like
middle-aged. I don't want to say
Yeah.
middle-aged for a dog. Seems weird. But he, where we live in a block of flats, well, it's not like a block, like, on the block. It's
Yeah.
it's just like a big old kind of manor that's been turned into multiple flats, basically, with a locked car park.
Doing well.
Yeah. Not
Bloody
bad.
hell.
Not bad. Comedy's not paying, but it's fine. You
You in an asylum? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No.
It's a converted,
So no,
and there's a ghost.
So out the back, like we have like a back car park area, locked gate, by the way,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Just want to say, but we so obviously sometimes at night I'll let the dog out for just a piss out.
Wait,
the back.
who's letting the dog out?
I'll sometimes let him out at night
Who?
for a piss. Who?
That's
And
an animal.
when I do let him out, sometimes some of the people who live in this block have got one of those XL bullies.
All right.
Obviously, fucking massive dog.
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
That's why they're XL.
But I take I take Milo out, and I just, because he's a little harmless dog, I just take him out without the collar on because we're just out the back of
Yeah,
the compound.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, just have a piss and we'll go in. Sometimes they come out with this XL bully on a lead, muzzled up, so they're obviously doing the right thing and they're really nice. So the
Yeah.
owners are great. I really like them. But Milo just sees this dog and he thinks like, you're in my territory, and he just goes for it every single time. There's been multiple times when Milo has gone for this XL bully and they literally despise each other. So I've got a real warfare going on in my.
Yeah, so the Maltese, he is like that with every single dog we walk past.
Every
on
dog,
walks.
really?
Every single dog. Hates other dogs, unless the dogs that we've
Met.
conditioned
Yeah,
him
yeah,
with
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So like family, friends and
course.
cousins and stuff like that, if they have dogs, they'll come around and he's perfectly fine with them.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we're on a walk, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get
yeah.
at
They're-
the-
they're
No, but
weird
he goes for the throat. It's fucking nuts. It's like he's at least got the intelligence to go for the throat. No over fucking intelligence though. He's the dumbest fucker.
Yeah. No, they are
Ever.
super. Well, I've just explained how dumb my dog is. He's like 8 inches off the ground and he's going for an XL bully any chance he gets. He's mental. But I can't blame him for being stupid. It's kind of my fault because I smoke weed and stuff. So like, not saying that he does either. But it's like a
Contact. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like your dog becomes the owner.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
thing,
but
do you know what I mean?
you'd think that'd chill him out, wouldn't you?
Well, he is chilled though. That's the thing. Until he sees an XL bully, and then it's like, yeah, Steve Austin, man.
That's when you need to be like, yo, have a bit of this pen. Wait,
The Benjamin.
fucking chill out, dude.
I used to do a bit about him, and that was part of like one of the punchlines on the way to the main punchline was saying like, when I try and shout him back to me, his recall was terrible because he's always stoned. He doesn't even remember who I am. Like, you know what I mean?
What's his name again?
The dog Milo.
Like Milo. He's like, where?
Yeah, he's like, who the fuck is that? Like, that's what it used to be.
That's
like.
my name. That reminds me of babies in Africa. So Milo, the drink.
No, I don't.
Okay, there's a drink called Milo.
Yeah.
And it's like popular with African Americans. It just
Yeah.
is. It's a chocolate drink. Max just fuck, he's doing it again.
I thought it was gonna be grape flavor. I don't know.
You're as bad as each other.
the Kool-Aid.
I think Steve's not in here.
when they
Fucking
were-
hell, we'd be cancelled.
when they were trying to like sell, giving more aid to Africa.
Yeah.
Right. They had like baby food, and what they do, because all different languages, some of them didn't get a chance to learn to read. There you go. And they had pictures on it. And the famous story is that they wouldn't have the baby food because there's a picture on a baby, and traditionally you'd put the picture of the food on the tin.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
you
know
showed
about
them the
this.
tin like, I don't want to eat babies. So they genuinely had to like rebadge all this stuff and think,
Yeah, I knew
it's
about
a
that.
funny place.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've got some questions for you.
Fire away,
here.
bro.
So
I love a
I
question.
thought, so one of the first ones
Yeah.
is who's your dream set list? Like who you'd want to perform with?
What, like on a bill with me?
Yeah,
Oh, are we doing dead
No.
or alive or like all time or?
we can do dead or alive. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you want
Whoever.
I mean,
Whoever. And where would you position yourself in this lineup as well?
I'll be in the fucking audience.
Yeah.
It depends, to be honest, because honestly, man, like it changes all the time for me. If I was to go like all time, I genuinely probably wouldn't put myself on the bill because all of my favorite stand-ups are all iconic, legendary people. I have no right being on the stage with them, right? But like, that's the thing. I'm sure you guys will find yourself. Like that's the great thing about stand-up now, right? I don't know how long you guys have been going.
Whatever's a suitable time period for.
So I've been going a couple of years ish, right? 2
Yeah.
years and a bit. And
Yeah, we're just behind you. I
So
think
you're
we were
just
like
behind.
6 months or something.
you start in
behind you.
23.
20, yeah.
Just over a year,
23.
aren't we? Year and 6 months.
Yeah.
April 23.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was-
April
Like
23.
almost
we
the
were.
gestation for an African elephant.
April 23.
Well, that's when we started stand up, and then
Is
it was
it?
about 2 months after we did the double act for the first time.
Was it not 24?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, because I started in August 23.
Yeah, 24. Yeah. It was 24. It was April 24.
Yeah, so I'm just a bit before you. So, but like one thing I've had is the crazy privilege when you do a gig, and I did a gig not long ago, and Alan Cochrane was headlining. You know who Alan Cochrane is? He's
I know.
Like
I know.
Alive at the Apollo, incredible. Been going for years. He's
Yeah.
fucking fantastic. And it was like
Let's get Alan Cochrane up because I'm
yeah, pull him up, man. Pull him up. He's brilliant. Such like a deadpan-y kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he like I remember seeing him on the telly when I was a kid, and then I was on a gig with him.
How old are you?
26.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, sorry lads.
No, he's fine. He's
CH and then RA. No, like COCH. Yeah, and then there you go.
There it is. Oh,
Yeah, there you go. No, that's not
that's
him.
the editor.
Yeah, that's not him. Comedian.
I was like, I don't recognise him.
This guy. This
Oh
one.
yeah.
Oh,
I do
him.
know of
Oh, yeah.
So I was on a gig with him, and I was just like, "This is crazy." Like I literally watched this guy years and years and years.
Because he
ago.
looks like a comic as well, doesn't he?
He's a funny guy. That's the thing. He's got young years on that Lab the Apollo one there.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. So
He looks like if JFK was undernourished.
He's 50 years. He don't look 50, to be fair.
he's
to
doing
him.
all right, man. He's doing
Is he?
pretty well for
Yeah.
50.
50 years old.
But he was obviously on the gig, and I didn't speak to him or anything like that. It wasn't like one of them moments, but it was like mad how I'm on a gig with him, because if you were to, like, you guys do a bit of music on that as well, right? But if you were like a new
Occasionally.
band,
Music is like a very
if you-
favourable term for what we provide.
if you were a new band today and you start rocking up at the music open mics, you're not in 2 years' time doing a gig with fucking
Oasis and
Oasis
shit.
or whoever.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're not.
yeah.
So that's why comedy's crazy.
It's mad, isn't it?
It gives you that access. So
Yeah, but I feel like as well in comedy, you get a lot more situations where the bigger acts are going to go back to do some
To try
smaller
stuff
venues
out,
to
yeah.
try stuff out and
yeah,
stuff like that.
100%.
So and like you said, you don't see that with big musicians.
Any
or
other
anything like that.
creative industry, you really don't see that really, where like the people who make it and the innovators are still like interested in the new, and you'll still be on a gig with someone new.
Yeah,
and that's what keeps you fresh. But if I was to give you like a bill, it's really difficult, to be fair, like on the spot, because there's so many like names that comes ahead. If I was to go like people today who are my preference, I'd say I'd have. Do you guys know Adam Staunton?
Again, know the name.
Pretty sure Google can find it.
Adam's not that huge. He's a local comedian. You should
is
know
he?
Adam Staunton. Yeah, he's so underrated. STAU. Yeah, there you go. Top one, Staunton comedy. They are listening.
Oh yeah,
He's like 4'9".
yeah.
he's-
Oh, yeah, I've seen him.
I've
I've seen
seen
some clips.
clips of him. Yeah,
He's one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Oh, he's got a gun
I
there.
have seen.
He's
seen his
one of my
clips.
favorites of all time. I mean, I'm like saying, like, this is why comedy's. I've got to the point now where I'm like quite friendly with Adam. Do you know what I mean? I've gigged with him a
Yeah.
load, and I'm like, but he's one of my favorites just because of like he just doesn't care at all. I think that's like I'm still like at the point where I care a lot, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want this to be bad. Like some people just don't care at all, and
We're quite
he's one of
lucky
them.
because we don't really care about it.
We-
I care more than he does, and even then, I don't really give a shit. Once we've done it, we've done it.
Well, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
what we
yeah.
did a
But
gig the other day, didn't we?
He's got no shame. He's got no fucking worry about whether or not we're going to do well or
What time we arrive.
what time. Yeah, nothing like that.
I've got less time in this world than you. Well, you're from Wigan, so maybe not. But there's no point. We did a gig the other day in Stoke, didn't we? That was nice.
Oh, that was fun.
Who was that for?
It was just there were kids running around.
Yeah,
It was a good idea, right?
No, it wasn't.
In the same way that, like, you were of Gallipoli. Oh,
Sorry,
great!
man,
That's for anybody over the age of 50 listening. It was a really good reference about World War One. It was a bad idea.
Really?
It was a good idea, but it's a bad location, wasn't it?
Terrible.
And it was rough. But we got there, and everybody else was on before us, and everybody else was sort of going, "Oh, what would we do?" And then we were like, "Well, we might as well just entertain each other now." So
Yeah, we just
got paid,
realised nobody
drink.
was going to listen anyway.
So we may as
and we
well
were
just-
getting paid, so we were like, "Fuck it, let's just
Yeah.
do what we want." And he kept saying, because obviously you've seen our set, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, of course,
Where
yeah.
it's the dating set.
You know,
and
it
he
doesn't
always
change,
picks
yeah.
someone in the audience for me to go and pick on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Let's pick someone in the audience," and then kept pointing at the kids. I was like, "Stop pointing at the fucking children. We're not going over there."
The optics are always bad. You just pointing at children.
It was
It was a
terrible.
reasonable suggestion to involve the audience, wasn't it?
Yeah, but not the kids when it's to do with dating.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I see the problem. Yeah,
You on the
okay.
apps?
So you play Roblox?
It's not bad for paedophiles.
What, Roblox?
Yeah.
What do you mean bad for
I
pencils?
mean, I suppose it gives them something to do in between the whole.
I imagine it's pretty good for them. They're pretty like.
I don't
targets
know
on there,
much about it. I
imagine.
know my nephew plays it, but I did see something the other day that means it could be bad for kids because someone simulated on Roblox the Charlie Kirk assassination
shit.
on Roblox or something. That seen
Yeah, I
this.
saw that.
And I just thought that's crazy. Like my nephew's like 7 and he plays.
I like
Roblox.
how you went. That's crazy.
Insane. And but yeah, my nephew's like 7 and he loves Roblox.
Wait, as in 6 or 8? Because you said like 7. So is he a fixed 7, or are you not sure?
I don't know. It's the truth. So I said like 7.
Yeah.
Thinking he's
Will's nephew
I'm pretty
right,
sure-
at Christmas.
he's between the. You think I get my relative stuff for Christmas? You've really got me misunderstood, brother.
Uncle Will.
From my understanding, Roblox was originally designed as like a video game creator for kids to learn how to create games and
Okay,
stuff.
that makes sense.
And it just kind of spiraled into this world of like grown people making loads of money.
It's like anything though, like Habbo Hotel,
and then-
man. I used to play that all the time, and then that
Yeah.
became just a weird chat room,
Yeah,
you know. And then
But-
I got off it.
yeah,
No one wanted me.
kids, man.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah,
But no, because I'll get back to the bill thing. Because I was trying to think.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you asked the question. Go on.
I was trying to. To be fair, I'm glad you stalled because I had nothing. So it's.
it's all right. If you need someone to go on a tangent, he's your fucking guy. He'll do it without you even asking, and then he'll tell you to remind him about a tangent that will make no sense either.
That's podcasting. That's
Thank
why
you.
it's all recorded.
Oh,
in
that's
case you
not
ever need to know.
podcasting. That's just him.
Just in the car.
Yeah, in the car.
I'm just thinking about
On his own.
I've been thinking about Lenny Henry because I was going to be like, oh, you've got those legends, and I was going to say someone who's a bit crap, but actually Lenny Henry.
Yeah.
Who would you say like
Don't
was
think-
one of the first comedians that you
Ooh.
saw where made you think, oh, I want to give that a go?
Oh, so that's an easy one. Like, so my first like introduction to stand up, just to take it way back, was like when I was a kid. My mum used to just put on like Lee Evans, Kevin Bridges
yeah.
stuff,
Oh, yeah.
all that, and I loved it, man. But obviously, you always just see these people and you assume, right? He got picked out of a crowd, and it was like, you're the funny man, and that's how he became the funny man. I never knew that it was accessible to anyone, right?
It's a process and
Exactly.
time.
I
and,
didn't
yeah.
know any of that. I just thought it was failed actors who couldn't act very well, so they just became funny people,
Hi,
right?
Lee. Yeah. He was in Mousetrap. Not the game, obviously.
He
the
was
film.
in
Mouse Hunt. Mousetrap.
Forget about something about Mary. He was in something about Mary as well.
Was he?
Pizza
Yeah.
Delivery Boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great cameo in that film. But he's still sweating on camera
Oh
in
yeah.
the film as well.
All
But
through
that's
the
his
film.
thing, isn't it? Unlike Prince Andrew.
Yeah. So Lee Evans, all that stuff was like my big like entry level. And then when I was this is like really bleak for it's not bleak, but it's like the realism of like anyone who's thinking about getting into stand up. I think if they hear this, they'll be like, oh yeah, because I was literally working like a fucking builders merchants. You know what builders merchants is, right? So like people who sell wood to the builders and whatever. And I was literally working
Ring,
out.
ring. Do you want a brick? Yep. good.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. And I was working.
How much is a brick? 17p?
We sell them by like the 1,000, man. So I don't know. And this was 8 years ago. But anyway.
Okay,
so-
how much was a brick?
But I couldn't tell you. We specialised in wood, is what I could say.
Alright.
So how much is wood?
Yeah.
How much is wood? Okay, so a length of timber back then, if you had like trade prices, would be like £2, whereas like for
Oh,
a
that's
normal,
not bad.
for a normal
Are we talking teak or pine or?
depends if you want like the hardwoods and the cedars
Oh, Max is all about the hardwood.
and the Taurus architraves, mate.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Architrave's fine, but it's not like a bit of a, what's it called? Stucco. The bit that goes around the light fitting. Anyway, so who you having on your bill?
So but because the other question about who's showed me that you can do
shit,
it,
yeah, that was
it's
that
all
one.
right. It's all right. I'm keeping note of the
You keep-
questions.
yeah,
don't
yeah.
worry. So and then as I was working this crappy job, and I was just like, don't get me wrong, it was I had an apprenticeship, worked there for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Got to the point where I was like 21, had like a girlfriend, my ex now, but I had like a girlfriend, a house, the whole thing. I was doing what everyone says you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just looked around at everyone I worked with, and they're all like in their 50s,
Yeah.
just paying off their mortgage, just miserable, going home to their wife that they don't love, all that stuff. And it's like, obviously, you don't judge people.
Yeah,
If they're
yeah.
happy, fine. But I used to literally just looked around, and I was like, this is literally my future. And it was weirdly like they literally around the same time I started having that thought was around the same time that just like by fucking chance, because I'd never watched like Joe Rogan or anything, and I'm not here to be like, oh, I'm one of them Joe Rogan guys, but like, like Joe Rogan clips would just come up on your phone sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
That happened once, and I seen it was a clip of Joey Diaz talking to Joe Rogan about how he started stand up and all this and that.
Yeah.
So I just went on a tangent and I started looking into Joey Diaz because I thought his story was very kind of similar to mine. And I thought, well, if this crazy mental guy who was addicted to coke and went to jail for like 7 years.
Oh, I was thinking Cameron's brother.
No. She got a brother? So he.
Is it? No, he's not. No.
No.
Sorry.
So his story was very kind of inspiring, I guess, to me, because I was just like, oh my God, this guy's literally had such a similar kind of story and went to prison, should have never had an opportunity to be a comedian, and now he's like a
You
world
actually
famous.
go to prison.
I haven't been to prison, but you know, you never know.
Fingers
But,
crossed.
Yeah, but not now, obviously not. But like that was just a thing for me. It was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, any random idiot can do it. Like I'm from accountants, I'm not supposed to. I'm not going to go to drama school or anything like that. You know.
But I think in some ways you're more accessible if you're sort of from a more not from a posh. I can't think of too many. Half the posh comedians you think of, it's almost put on that level of poshness.
Yeah.
There's very few that carry it off while seeming sort of accessible. Like you've got David Mitchell as one of these very well high paid comic figures in the BBC, but that's his whole character. In the same way that Jack D's got this deadpan side.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount that could do that and have the same position, because once you've got one, you've got all the same. But you think about the numbers that are just sort of working class or just sort of down to the ground. You can sort of get to the audience level much easier than trying to get them to buy into your character. Everyone's staring at me like this is some deep thought. It's not. It's just
No, it's tangent.
yeah, you know it is. But I mean, so you've got, like you said, Lee Evans.
Yeah, Lee Evans was a huge influence. Like when I was a kid, just stuff that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But it's weird, man. Like I don't know. Like stuff comes back to you. Like I never knew. Like when I was a kid, I used to always talk about like wanting to be famous, and like you don't remember shit when you're a kid. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
And I like now that I've started doing stand up, I've been doing it a couple of years, and it's been going all right. You look back at your life and you're like, oh my god, there was all these little things that like made that a thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it
And
kind
it
of
was
it all adds up together, and you're kind of like, oh, it
100%.
kind of makes sense that I'm now.
Well, kind
Here
of.
doing
You like to
this a
feel,
little
like the
bit.
delusion tells you that everything happens for a reason, and that. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So I just believe in that to an extent, because beforehand I was fucking miserable doing a shit job, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what am I doing anyway? So I thought, let me just try it, and yeah. But like I say, that was the biggest turning point for me, was figuring out that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can do stand up. You don't have to be one of these. And I was like, oh, okay, then let me give it a go, because I was like, I've lived about 7 different lives, to be honest, and I was like, I've got
You're a
stories.
Hindu. I didn't know.
Pretty much. Ganesh. Me and Ganesh go way back. I don't know. If
Well,
Ganesh
he wouldn't forget, would he? Because he's an elephant.
But yeah, like I was just like, yeah, man, I've got stories to tell people. Like, I don't think many people have got the same perspective as me. And not to say like, oh, I'm fucking intelligent. I'm the dumbest guy you'll probably meet. But
Yeah, but that's what intelligent people say.
yeah. But I just think like, you know what? Maybe I've got something a bit different. I don't know.
Yeah.
As a white guy, it's hard to find that. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
In many ways, we've had our time. It lasted quite a while.
Yeah. We did have a good run.
I think it ended when we stopped having a proper Navy, didn't it?
Anyway, so another question in kind of relation to all that then is, where did you do your first gig? How did it go, actually?
Damn, man, that's a tough question. I remember. So my first gig, like literally, so I decided I wanted to do it, right? And I lived in Nottingham at the time, and I was too much of a pussy to do it, because I literally before I started stand up, the most socially anxious person ever. Like, if someone asked me a question in public, I'd like freeze up and stuff, genuinely. And
Where are your trousers?
I don't know. And so obviously I would just like, I was like, I'm never going to be able to actually do stand up, right? So I feel like a whole year when I was in Nottingham, before I even did stand up, I used to go and do like improv.
Why were you not in?
Oh, right, okay.
I lived in Nottingham. That's just where
Oh,
I lived.
right.
I moved there when I was a kid to live with my dad. Blah blah blah. Long story. But so I started doing improv because I was like, I need to actually just learn to be silly around people without
Yeah.
crapping myself.
That's
like-
what a lot of people do, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Especially-
guess,
or at
man.
least if you're like watching films or TV shows, especially in America, where it's like, you know, about people trying to get into either acting or comedy or anything like that. They always, for some reason, are always in an improv class or something like that.
It's a good entry
start
level
with.
because it did just teach me to be silly and stupid. Like I'd walk in, it was above a pub, and it was all literally like 50, 60-year-old people who had a bit of a drinking problem, had nothing else to do, and they just go and play these silly acting games. And I was like, right, I'll get involved in that. And it really taught me loads of like good skills, I guess. And then I moved back to Liverpool because I was like, right, comedy's booming in Liverpool. My family live on the
It is a
road.
good place, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not Liverpool. Okay, yeah, Liverpool's lovely. But what I mean is, comedy-wise, you've got Liverpool, Manchester. It's like a good little
hub. The Northwest
Hub,
is
isn't it?
strong right now, yeah, for sure.
right,
And,
Yoda. The Northwest strong right now.
The Northwest is strong. And then I guess like I was doing the improv, and then when I moved back, I was like, right, I'm gonna do stand up, but I was still a bit too scared, didn't know really what I was doing. Obviously, I just moved from living in Nottingham for like 10 years, so I was like, I need to get my life together a bit once I move back here as well. So I was like, it took me like a year to figure my shit out and get to a position where I was like, right, let me start doing stand up. So I tried to do the Ultra comedy course.
Yay!
Oh, we're well aware of that course.
I didn't do it though. I went there for the first week,
Yeah.
which was the first week was the biggest waste of time ever. They literally just sat us all around, gathered names, put on a clip of Wanda Sykes, and then told us we'll see you next week. And then we went the second week and they started mentioning about tickets and you need to sell. I'll speak the truth. I'll call them out because they're actual scumbags, and I hope you don't mind me saying.
Oh,
it.
wait. Sorry to cut you off there. The amount of times we've called out Ultra,
Yeah.
we did the course.
Okay,
That's how we met
To completion.
to completion.
Poor souls.
Yeah, we did the course.
But the other thing for us is we met
we
each
are
other, so it wasn't the course. It was
fully.
To be fair, you got something out of it though.
We are perfectly fine with people criticising it
Oh,
because we
okay.
have done so ourselves.
Let's go. See,
on multiple occasions. We
one of
started
the-
off the show like when we started off doing the pod, we were a bit like, oh, let's not talk about it. Let's think. And then after a few episodes, we were like, fuck it, we want to complain about
Yeah.
it. We had other people on who did the course as well.
well,
Yeah.
Tom.
Tom.
Tom's doing his own version, but it's more like this is what you pay, this is what you get. There's more training involved, and if you want to do it, that's what it is. It's
Yeah,
not like
he's-
oh, you might need to sell some tickets. Shame if someone
He-
didn't sell enough tickets.
yeah.
His idea is like straight off the bat saying it's going to cost you money. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't.
The thing is, as well, though, the worst thing is they don't teach you fucking anything anyway. Like,
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
there's so many comics who have done that course since, and they'll ask you for like bits of advice, and you're dropping like basic advice on them, and it's like, has no one mentioned this to you already? And it's like, no. Like the comedy course, they teach you fuck all.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went for the first week bullshit. Second week, I turned up. They mentioned about these tickets, and they were like, you need to sell 10 by like week 3 or 4, otherwise you can't do it. And I literally just said to them, I was like, listen, I don't even know 10 people. In Liverpool, I just moved back here. I didn't know 10. I had like my 2 sisters and their kids. I was like, that's all I've got, man. And so I was like, fuck this. But I met Jake Johnson. Obviously, you've had a guest friend of the pod. Met Jake in there, and he mentioned about Round the Corner being an open mic that he goes to regularly. So I was like, cool, let me just go check it out. Went to Round the Corner. Don't know if you've ever been. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Did you just go
think
when
so.
I run it, or did you go previously?
No, we did. It was the one. It's like it's like a tiki bar, but not a tiki bar.
It's like upstairs.
Yeah,
it's
is it
on
that
Got
it's
some
on-
weird-
It's out of town. It's not in town.
Yeah.
The bar. It's like
Yeah,
out
is
of
it?
town.
Let's
Is
be
it
honest.
like they've got that back area which is all like pallets and
Outside
shit.
and that. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
once. Yeah, we did it.
It was
once.
quiet though, wasn't it? 'Cause
Yeah,
we
there
did that.
was
We
only
double.
about
We did
6
that one,
people.
and then we did the one where the
Cabin.
Yes.
Yeah, brick wall or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
R.I.P.
That was a good one. That. Yeah.
R.I.P. Man.
Liked that one.
But yeah, it was so I just went around the corner a couple of times and just literally hung around, and it was like for me this was like because I obviously don't know if it's similar for you, but I had like because I was so convinced I wouldn't be able to do this. I was like, there's no way anything's even gonna be like I was like I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna turn up and say hello to the first person. They're gonna be like, you're a fucking idiot, and I'm gonna cry and go away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I imagined it. So when I turned up to these open mics, I'm like seeing like. There's guys I'm friends with now, but and I joke with them about it now. But I remember seeing them bombing. And
Yeah,
being
but
like,
does it make
Oh,
you feel
yeah.
better when you're like, oh, I can be shit as well? It doesn't all have to be. Thank God, it doesn't all have to be relevant or funny. You can go through. It takes a while of throwing stuff out, and
Yeah,
then you're like,
'cause
oh, that's good, and that's
when we started, we started going to shipping forecast.
Yeah. Love the
that,
ship, man.
That was the first one we went to, and I remember we would do that,
They've
and
got a nice dog.
we'd do okay, but we'd be doing our solo stuff because we were practicing for Ultra and things like that. And he, at the time, would decide to write a new set every single week. And by that, I mean he would go on stage and just improvise for about
Oh,
5
I'd talk
minutes.
about stuff like the monkeys in Gibraltar, and you'd be like, and everyone else would be like, what the fuck's
I'd
this?
be the only one laughing in the audience.
He's a true love, aren't you? He's true love at first sight, man. That's it. So like turning up around the corner already, I remember like obviously seeing people bomb, seeing some people do well.
Yeah.
But like I remember just the feeling of being sat there as like an audience member. I'd be like, oh my God, these are like real comics. Like they've got fucking structured jokes. They've got this, they've got that. I was like, all the stuff I've got in my notepad is garbage. Like, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this. And then I started obviously chatting to them because I was like, maybe
And you realised, oh, they're not real comics.
No, yeah. Very quickly.
They're alcoholics.
It took me 3 weeks of turning up and being like, I want to do it. Turning up for 3 weeks and then just like watching. And obviously I was like, most of the time I was like maybe the only audience member, maybe other than like 2 other people or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, they chat to you and they get to know you. And I'm, you have that moment of being like, yeah, I want to do this. And they're all like, oh, just do it. And you're like, man, I'm not ready. And then I remember after like 3 weeks of doing that, I just turned, I was like, you know what? I reckon I'm better than some of these cunts, to be honest. And I just went for it, man. I remember I got my first 2 jokes out, got a couple of laughs, did not even look up from the microphone, like literally just so nervous looking down the whole time. Got 2 jokes out, got a couple of laughs, forgot everything, had to pull my phone out. But I was like, okay, right, I got through it. That 5 minutes, I got through it, and it wasn't even the worst thing in my life. Like, I've been through way worse. I was like, shit, I'm going to do it again. So I turned up next week, did it again, remembered it, didn't get as many laughs because they'd already heard it the week before, some of them and
That's
stuff like
their problem. That's not yours. Yours
but then,
practicing.
then I was like, right, let me analyze, and like I asked some of them for a bit of advice, and they explained to me like what hack is and stuff like that. You know, like no one really told me what that is when you have like a hack joke. And I had like a silly hack about fucking David Attenborough that's obviously been done before, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I couldn't even remember the joke, to be honest. It was basically involved him being a nonce. It was the punchline, right?
Right.
It's because they all are, but no. So I was like. It was like that kind of thing. I was like, right, okay, I'm doing it now. And then after like 3 or 4 attempts of doing Round the Corner, I then did Hot Water, which I would consider my first like proper go at it. Because Round the Corner is just a room of comics. Like obviously you're still doing a gig, but Hot Water the first time, that was like, holy fucking shit. Like
It's that realization as well of, especially when you do a club like Hot Water, which is notoriously one of the easier venues to do.
Open goal.
And it's like, if you can't do that,
absolutely, mate.
But it's when you first do that. So we didn't do Hot Water for about, was it a year after we'd started or something?
Yeah,
we
it's
didn't
just 'cause,
really
like,
do any actual clubs.
not-
We were doing all the open mics, and then we'd do like some of the side stuff that people were getting us in for. But the first time we did Hot Water, it was like, oh shit, like an actual audience is actually laughing because they're here to pay attention and shit. And it's a massive,
You're almost
massive
70 when you laugh to
difference.
go sort of like, I was.
But what it, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. The thing is, you'll realise as well is that if you go back to those open mics after doing that, it feels so much more satisfying making all the other comics laugh just as hard as that audience did.
For sure.
Because they're not there to laugh. They're there because they're trying to do the same thing as you, which is make other people laugh.
Like if you cook with what you've got
Like,
left
some
in the
people
fridge
are-
and it's all right.
Some people are there
You're
to
quite
laugh,
proud.
but like a lot of people are like in the zone, like trying to.
Oh yeah, I'm a
practice
terrible
and,
audience
you know.
member at an open mic, man. I'm literally, I'm not respectfully, I couldn't give a shit. I'm literally just focused on my own because I'm struggling to keep it together myself. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm one of the best audience members
Yeah,
to get at an
yeah.
open mic. I'll laugh at pretty much everyone.
I respect that though. I like that. You know, you people are
yeah.
great. Like people who do that is the
on-
best.
the only time I don't laugh is if I realise it's a stolen joke, which is when he starts laughing
Because
he looks at my face and I just
we'll pick up on something somebody says and we're like, I've heard that before. And Max's eyes will just go from that of someone, like a little boy at Christmas, to someone to say dead body.
Yeah. There's nothing worse though, right? There's nothing worse than someone who steals a joke, man, to be honest.
And his face just goes flat. And I look at him, I'm like, oh, he's done another one. He's done another one. Yeah, Max is like, I fucking hate this.
I'm there starting to roll a cig or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like my first gig was just crappy round the corner kind of thing. But like, I remember I don't really remember them that much, you know. But I remember the first Hot Water I did because I had I used to do a joke about basically I had this joke about a stripper in Barcelona, and I remember that night I was like on like second in the second section or something. The bitch spot is what we call it. But this girl and all night this lady in the front row is like heckling, but she's not heckling like intentionally. She's a Spanish lady who's on the front row and she's just slaughtered. So she's like getting involved and like doing all this and like literally when I've come on stage, she's literally already got her legs like rested on the stage. And I was just like, oh my god. And I'm like trying to focus, you know what I'm saying? And
You're like legs.
I remember going into the bit about the Spanish stripper, a stripper from Barcelona, and then obviously you know that moment I was like, oh, I thought I knew you from somewhere, and the whole audience erupted into something that I hadn't pre-written, and I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Mad, isn't it?
It was crazy, man. I wish it's so weird. I wish I could like still be that fucking bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like so like oh my god comedy.
Yeah.
Whereas like after a couple of years of doing it though, it does become normality, and
Yeah.
you don't fall out of love with it, but you have to find new ways to love it. Do you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
becomes more of a serious thing now.
Well, which is why we do so many different things. Everyone said, especially at the start, like including Jake and everyone like that, they were always saying, don't do too many different things. Like stick to something. If it's comedy, comedy. If it's sketches and things, stick to that. If it's a podcast, stick to that. Blah, 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 blah. We do as many things as we can because it just keeps us busy.
Yeah, man.
And also, like,
You get a bit of bleed between. I mean, you
Yeah.
get a bit of bleed.
Also,
like
I mean-
Between different
we've
stuff,
done
don't
one gig this entire month because it was a paid gig, and the rest of the month we did a couple of podcast episodes and then just kind of took the month off.
But that's it. This is still engaging in like that creative space, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
even if you're just on the podcast, like
So
And it helps a lot with improv. I feel he doesn't fucking need it, but I do. Like when I'm writing, it's structured. It needs to be hitting. I need to know exactly when the punchline is and stuff like that. So it's took a long time for me to develop an improv style
yeah,
that I can like kind of work through things. Whereas this fucker, that's all he does. He doesn't learn anything.
Yeah.
It'll
But
occur to me at the
talking to-
time.
You look like strangely from certain angles, and maybe just this light, and you look like Phil Ellison from so many different angles. Do you know who Phil Ellis is?
Google Phil Ellis. I can't remember.
You know he's on Taskmaster, mate.
Oh yeah, no. I've heard this. Soapbox, soap bag, dish rag, soap bag, bath mat.
This fella.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. My wife was saying that.
You actually-
Now let's have brass tacks. It's the receding hairline. It's the
it's the
You know what the
Caucasian.
so you know what the funny thing is though, because I wish
The
you knew.
nose, the
I wish you
eyes.
knew Phil Ellis. Because do you guys know Kev O'Brien?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah,
Kev
yeah.
won't mind me saying this, but Phil Ellis basically hired Kev O'Brien in Edinburgh to open Phil Ellis's hour show, doing Kev O'Brien basically opened the show by going on dressed as Phil Ellis,
Yeah.
doing Phil Ellis's material, and not telling anyone anything, just no context.
Could have done that.
And then
And
Phil,
his style on Taskmaster, I'm quite. That's not.
yeah. Maybe you've styled your whole thing off of, and you don't even know who he is.
I wasn't aware of his wider work before his appearance, but I am open to the. We need to get something more serious. Gaza, yes, no, what are you doing?
What I wanted to, just before we move on to the next kind
Ah,
of segment, I just wanted to say on what you were saying there about doing those different things and people
Yeah.
give you advice, this and that. If I can give you any advice, and don't listen to me, but if I could give you any advice, don't listen to what anyone says.
Yeah.
Just do what the fuck you guys want to do. Like
That's pretty much what we've done, yeah.
it's. I found that like it's just your pathway. Like I used to get so obsessed with like other comics and how they're doing it. I was like, no, like
Yeah.
they're not me and I'm not them. Like,
I was kind of like that like a year ago when we were starting out and we were starting to do like more thing. Well, not even a year ago, like 6 months ago, where we started. We booked Hot Water. We booked another Hot Water. We booked Frog and Bucket. Like we were.
You cancelled a paid gig for a karaoke competition. That you
That's
lost.
true. Yeah, I did that as well. Like I was like properly going. All right, how do we do? What's the next big thing that we can do? Like,
yeah.
what's the next step and stuff like that. And now I'm just kind of like, let's just do gigs that are offered to us and then some apply to some and stuff like that because it's just more fun that way
Yeah.
rather than stressing about it.
It's a
We're not
work
looking
thing,
to
innit?
do it full time. If you know it works out, works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're just having fun at
No,
the end
of
of the
course.
day. And people who have fun, people tend to actually watch more.
100%.
So
100%. It's got to be relatable and real and all that.
So if we did it too much, we'd just stop having
Who
fun. of it.
who influenced you guys like to be like a double act? Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's not like a normal thing, really, is it?
Nobody really.
Twist and pulse.
It was more out of my laziness.
Okay.
It was I went to the Ultra course, saw him on stage, found him hilarious, and no one else did. I thought that's a fucking guy that I'd want to work with.
Right.
And I realised his style is very different to mine, and I thought if I work with him, he can write all my material, and I'll make it funny.
I'd
There you go.
love to see you do your solo
Look,
shit now
he-
because I don't even really
Oh,
know he's as a
God.
double act in it. I'd love to
It's
see you do
fucking-
your
He
solo.
gets a big
Dreadful.
list of stuff and he just gets a red pen and just looks at me and goes,
We've actually started adding some of at least my old solo stuff into
"Oh
our
no, yeah,
double
yeah."
act set
Well,
now.
a lot of the best stuff comes from you, but a lot of it will arise when we're improvising with the stuff. It's like we give the structure, and then it's the little bits that we do, the tangents that work
Yeah.
out well.
Mm.
So we'll just go to his office or something like that, and we'll just go through the set and then think of something, add to it, and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
there was no real influences to like a double act. You know, like we weren't looking at Chuckle Brothers going, "Oh, we should be them." You know what I mean? Like we weren't doing that, but we
Wait,
were
one
like,
of them's dead, so there's an opening.
"Well, you will be soon if you don't shut the fuck up." But no, it was more. We were completely different, and we went out after one of the course things, and we were just like, I think I brought it up. Did I bring it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought it up, and I was like, "Have you ever thought about working together on like a double act or something?" Because I had this idea for a dating set, which is now
You're set.
much more. It's completely different now to what it was, but the original idea, I thought, oh, it would be funny if he could prompt me whilst I'm on stage. So I brought it up and we wrote something, went and did it at Shipping Forecast, really enjoyed it, and realised that's more what we enjoy doing than
Good stuff.
the solo stuff.
I'm gonna say because when we got here, I was gonna say where you've been. I ain't seen you in a while, to be fair. But I
We've been
guess
in Stoke.
Yeah, we do a lot of work in Stoke.
We're doing a lot of stuff in Stoke. at the
really,
minute.
I'm you know what? It's my literally Stoke is my what would you call it? My bogey area. I
Yeah.
can't do it in Stoke, mate.
We
I've
did-
tried.
We did a gig. We did an open mic there and I said to him, "We are never coming back to this town unless we get paid."
Yeah.
And every time we've been back since, we've been paid.
Oh, there you go.
You know, we're all right going at the minute.
I honestly,
but-
mate, I've been,
Cool.
I've done 4 gigs in Stoke, and none of them have been like blinders where I'm like, I can't wait to go back. Every single time I'll be like, I never want to come back here unless I'm getting paid. But then,
Yeah,
Hello
we-
to everybody
we
in
just-
Stoke.
well, you know what? It's a fucking nothing place anyway, so I couldn't care less.
This is not the view of the podcast. Who is particularly enjoy golf clubs in
It's
Stoke.
kind of the view of the podcast. Jack, do you have a question? Because I can't get. to my
Well,
book
just
right
more
now.
generally, what's your? I mean, obviously, you've got your career in comedy. Your
I guess.
escape from Nottingham
Yeah.
to. So did you just you moved back to Liverpool,
Mm-hmm.
gave up the life of a builder's merchant,
Yes.
and what do you do now?
I'm a letting agent now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just for students.
I am looking for a house. Can you find me a student accommodation?
Are you a student?
No,
Oh, you want to do a call?
we can. No, I mean, yeah, sure, we can.
Go on, go
What,
on.
what like a ride along? What does that work?
No, he's gonna tell.
No.
He's gonna tell me he wants a student accommodation.
No, I was being serious. I need somewhere to live, man.
Right. So we do student accommodation and residential accommodation. So if you,
All right, okay.
yeah, I can hook you up maybe for sure.
Yeah.
Depends if you want to live in Liverpool or not. But to be fair though, it's
We'll chat afterwards.
yeah, we'll chat off camera. Chat off camera. It's quite an interesting job
All
though.
right, so you work with houses. We got it.
Yeah.
Obviously, to housing, talks about the housing crisis, talks about the cost of living. Any opinions on the budget?
On the budget.
On the budget?
What? We've got to pay more tax than that.
Yeah, but
I
we're
mean,
not paying more tax, but we are paying.
I
more
only
tax.
pay tax on the income I declare, so
Yeah, exactly.
they can come for me, bro.
So I have got some questions. I finally got to my book, so
Oh.
you
There you
can
go.
stop trying to think of stuff, Jack.
Well, I was just trying
Good
not to
effort
ask
though,
him
man.
like, no,
Good effort.
my
Obviously-
contentious stuff. I'm trying to.
So obviously, you-
Dodge the question about Gaza. I think he's very pro IDF.
I don't even know what any of
Oh,
that is.
yes.
I'm
It's
the
fine.
least political person ever,
no,
boys. I
don't worry
apologise.
about it. Just if you at any point feel the need to say "shut the fuck up,
Yeah,
Jack,"
we've
like
got a
I
button.
do.
Have we not got a button?
We're, I think at some point we're designing shirts that are going to say "shut the fuck up, Jack." Get caps maybe.
You need like a big.
Made,
You just need a
um,
button that lets down like
Oh,
stuff from the ceiling.
we've got 2 buttons for Jack, which is ADHD and which are both his wife. Just saying ADHD because he's got.
My current wife.
So obviously you've got a very unique name. I guess is a way to
also
say it.
the most common name ever, but yeah, very unique as well.
So I have actually got some questions in regards to your name,
Yeah,
which
sure.
is Will Smith.
Yep.
There's obviously a very well-known
Unfortunately,
performer, entertainer, actor, I guess. Rapper,
whatever you
from
want,
America.
cuckold, whatever you want to call
yeah.
it.
Would you,
Yeah.
If you turned out to be a pedo, though, would you change your name?
I'd have to, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I think so, probably.
To be Will
Well-
Smith, brackets, not pedo.
So these are questions to do with your name. So
Yeah.
one of them is after the incident at the Oscars
Yeah.
with the slap and everything, did the backlash from that affect you in any way?
It affects me in a way of like literally every single time I meet a person now. It's like, you know what? This was like a funny story on that. Actually, I was on my way up to Edinburgh, and this in summer just gone up for the Fringe, and these 2 lads were on the train, and I was sat in my seat, which obviously was like a book seat, and they were sat like one was sat next to me and one was sat in front of me, and they were like, "Is there any chance you could sit where my mate is, so me and my mate could sit next to each other?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care." I was like, "Yeah,
Old hands.
sure." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll move." And they were like, "Great, mate." And they were like, "Where are you going up the Fringe?" You know, explain the whole comedy thing to them. Da-da-da. They were like, "What's your page? I'll follow you. Follow me." They were like, "Oh, Will Smith." And I was like, he was like, "Do you slap any of the other comedians?" And I just like, so that's always the thing, right?
Yeah.
But I thought, packed train on the way to Edinburgh, I said, "Only if they're black." And about 7 people were just like, "What was that?" But that's like the worst thing about it is that it was like people would literally be in the street like, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." And it got a bit old, you know?
Yeah.
For a week it was fun. Now
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean,
come on, man.
On the way to Edinburgh is fine, but you do that on the way to the Brixton Comedy Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'll be impressed.
Well, I feel like hopefully these are a little bit more unique than what you would usually get asked
Okay, go
to
for
do
it.
with your name.
Yeah, sure.
So if you were to do blackface,
You're assuming I haven't already.
would it be problematic, or would you just be living up to your name?
If I was to do blackface, there has to be a reason.
Like if
for
you're
it.
wearing a black suit,
Yeah.
you're Will Smith.
If
At
it's,
the end of the
if it's
day.
Halloween,
Yeah.
nah.
yeah.
Wild Wild West, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dressed as a cowboy.
So because our old producer on my old podcast, Damon, he thought it was really funny once to put a photo of my school, one of my school photos up on the screen for our watch listeners, and he edited it.
So he searched for your school photo.
No, I gave it to him. I gave it to him.
Because there is a difference
'Cause-
there in
no,
what's
'cause
happened.
I was thinking that for a second. I was
So
like,
the context was
and it was sticky as
that's
well. I
a,
don't know
that's
why
a fucking good producer finding an
No, we
old
were
school
What are you doing?
photo.
Oh, it's for the podcast.
We were talking about how I was telling a story about when I was a kid and went to school. Something happened. I can't remember.
Sorry, that's the most vague thing. I was a kid and went to school and a thing happened.
It's a story from another pod. I don't want to go into it, but we were talking about that, and he's brought up the picture for context, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll bring up this picture, and it'll." And I was like, "Great!" And then the episode comes out. He's brought up the picture, but he's also edited it, so I've got blackface. So I was literally like my primary school photo, but my face is black.
Yeah.
And so I had to obviously delete that quickly. You know, I was like, that can't run. I think about 7 people viewed it, but I was like, we can't have that.
Yeah.
So just repeat the question for me.
So if you were to do blackface, would it be problematic, or would you just be living up to your name?
I still think it would be problematic, yeah. I do think so, because, you know, I can't really go to my...
The only way is if you claim there was a booking issue.
No,
So literally that you just...
And you didn't want to let the crowd down.
Yeah.
to be fair, though, that's the thing. Like, I always find that funny, right? Because whenever I go to do a gig, I always ask the MC, please don't make any jokes about my name, because I do about a minute or 2 on that off the top, right? And sometimes they still don't listen.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they'll just do it. And I'm just like, oh my God. You know, he's just like... Because it's just such a fucking nightmare. But it's my own fault for picking this name. When I did a roast battle with Zack Slater, you know who Zack Slater is, ginger guy from Manchester. One of his roasts against me was like, oh, you know, Will doesn't like the fact that he's called Will Smith or something. And he was like, but, you know, this is comedy. You can literally choose your name. I was like, oh,
He did.
I didn't think about that.
You don't use your real name.
Yeah, I could have chose anything, but I chose my real name, which is stupid.
Yeah, I did that.
Mine's Samantha.
Samantha.
I like that, Samantha.
No, but there obviously another thing behind my name. Sorry. So when I was initially trying to start stand up, and I was like, all right, Will Smith, but I was like,
Oh, actually,
maybe I could try my middle name.
Steve.
My middle name is not Steve.
Stephen.
My middle name is Paul.
Paul.
So I was like, I can't be
You
Paul
can't even
Smith.
Paul
Either. I
Smith.
can't do that either.
Yeah.
Paul Smith.
That doesn't
Oh,
work.
yeah. No, I've caught
And then my original name, because Smith wasn't always my name, it was like changed when we were kids to Smith, which was my mum's name. But originally we had my mum's dad's name.
Himmler.
It got changed anyway. But before that, I was born William Goulbourne, which is a weird name.
We've
And
got
I was
Goulburn near us, a place.
Goulbourne.
Yeah.
How's it spelled?
Goulburn.
Goulburn.
Goulbourn.
I didn't come here for Countdown. What? Is it spelled the same as...
No, I think it's ORN.
not the place.
I don't know, but that was my name. That was our surname, but it was like a bit Jewy, and we were very poor.
Right. So it just didn't really
It
fit.
didn't really
So
fit.
Trey's description came around and went, look, you can't afford the name anymore. Sorry.
We went Smith. Yeah, we went
Smith.
Smith instead.
All right. I do have one more question.
Name
about-
based.
Yeah, it's your name, and then we can leave the questions.
That's fine.
about your name,
No
unless
worries,
this
man.
fucker thinks of anything.
I'm past the names.
So just
Paul.
last one.
Good name.
Do you reckon you get the pass because of your name?
Not by anyone's, like, no one's come up to me and been like, your name's Will Smith, you have to pass.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got a few friends.
Yeah.
What we say behind closed doors is what
Yeah.
we say behind closed doors. But
fair
I
enough.
don't particularly have to pass. Like, I remember my friend Josh, shout out my good friend Josh, literally my best friend. He's Jamaican, and he used to always be super cool about that stuff. Never, when we first met when we were younger, he never cared. He was like, you know, it's whatever. And nowadays, obviously, the world's changed.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get away with anything, man. So I, unfortunately, because I used to do a lot of jokes about that. Obviously, I get when you guys might have first met me.
Oh, he wouldn't stop with the N-word, would he?
I was just such like a.
It was end this and end that.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You know what? I'll tell you as a joke that I told that will probably get me cancelled. So if it's really bad, you're gonna have to.
If you
edit
need
out.
anything, we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So
So
this is why I stopped, because I used to be really focused on being like edgy, and it was the stuff that I like to do. But then I realized you don't get booked if you do that, right? So I had to sell my soul and do like normal material. And that. But
I've just realised we can censor it later.
But I did this one joke a while back at Hot Water, and a lot of people afterwards told me it was a red card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, it's a red card. You cannot say that. So I'll tell you what the joke is, yeah. So I just was on joke, set it up, and I was like, hey guys, you know Bill Cosby? And I'm like, yeah. Like, did you know above all the other allegations that Bill Cosby was a necrophiliac? And then they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, no. Sorry. And
Yeah.
I thought that joke was brilliant when I wrote it.
Yeah.
And then I said it on stage, and people were like, you basically just said the N-word. but I didn't.
No, you said black in Spanish.
I was going to say, if you had your
There you go.
Spanish lady.
Yeah.
She would have been like, black.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But
it's
I,
okay.
You mentioned a Spanish lady about 20 minutes
We'll
ago.
still bleep it for you.
And I've been,
Thanks,
trying,
thanks.
I've been trying to work on some pun that involves the Ramblers, but it doesn't make sense. You've been to Barcelona?
went to
No,
Barcelona.
I went
once.
Benidorm recently.
Yeah, Max is more of a Benidorm type. But Barcelona? Yes, no?
Yeah, I went to Barcelona. Went on my own, actually. Best holiday I've ever had, actually, in Barcelona.
Did you get robbed?
I didn't get robbed. Well, actually, I
You didn't get
consensually
robbed?
I
Go on.
consensually got robbed by a prostitute, but I didn't.
Essentially.
Like, I was robbed because of the cost, but I didn't.
Where do I swipe? What the where did you find a prostitute? All right, firstly, Emily.
It needs
I'm
to
not
know.
asking where you found a prostitute.
How long we got, boys? I could
I
tell
think
you.
they charge by the half hour.
Do you want to know the prostitute story? Is that what you're asking?
Now I know
you
there
can
is
do,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's such a difficult story to like tell with confidence because it makes me sound like such a scumbag, right? But it is whatever.
Yeah, no, it's good.
All right, I think the first hour's done all right with that.
So I.
Oh shit, it's nearly at an hour.
There you go.
Go back to you saying words you shouldn't say. That's fine.
So I basically me and my friend, it was like just after COVID was starting to calm down kind of thing, and my old builder's merchant job, they made you have 2 jabs, so I was jabbed up anyway.
Yeah.
And me and my friend booked to go to Barcelona literally a week before we go. He's like, oh mate, I'm gonna have to drop out. I don't have any of my COVID jabs and you need 2 to travel to Spain.
Mm.
So he's like, I haven't got enough time to get 2 in a week, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm still gonna go. Went on my own. Had the best time because obviously weed's legal in Barcelona, so you can just kind of
it?
you're in the sun, you're getting high, it's fucking fantastic.
Was this the mate you worked with?
No, this is just my mate from home.
Uh,
And so, out in Barcelona, I'm having a good time. I'm on my own, which is the beauty of going on holiday on your own is you can just do whatever you want. Like I went out and got like really nice food that I wanted to get. I weren't like,
Yeah.
having to deal with other people's bullshit. When I did like a tour of the new camp, it was a whole thing. I had a great time.
I did that. I thought it's a football stadium with some seats in.
Nah, but it's pretty.
Like
'Cause
the ice hockey bit at the end was like, we've got an ice hockey team. You're like, nobody's here for the ice hockey.
my thing with
trophies.
the Barcelona thing was though was just because I'm a massive football fan. I don't know if you are. Are you?
No.
No. So
I like World War II.
well, that game was decent, I heard. But so obviously, like when I was there in the stadium, I looked around and I just like was like, oh my god, like
Yeah, it's
the
a
amount
big
of
stage.
iconic stuff that's
And as a
happened.
builder's merchant, you'd be like, fuck it.
Yeah, them joists are fucking fantastic up there.
Ooh,
But no,
joist. I like
sorry, where was I?
prostitutes.
Prostitute,
Barcelona.
yeah. So I was in Barca and I was having a great time, and then it got so like the way I booked it, I was literally there from like the Monday to the Thursday, just like an in and out trip kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was on like the Tuesday or Wednesday night. I've just thought, let me just go and get an innocent lap dance, right? So I've
Covered in
do.
fruit juice.
so I googled like a strip club. Google like a strip club, and there's fucking loads of them in Barcelona, right?
What are the reviews going to be like for that?
The reviews were decent. A couple of them were saying like, these will scam you, and I was like, yes, sign me up, I'm going. Nah, so I walked in, like you walk in, there's like a little foyer bit first where a guy stood behind like a old like movie box kind of curtain. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, like the
Yeah,
old like
yeah.
in the theaters that you'd have a guy behind the curtain selling you the tickets. He was literally stood in one of them, and he was like, "You right, mate?" And he was English accent. I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, and he was like, 50 quid to get in. I was like, 50 quid to get in. And he was like, yeah, and you get a drink included. And I was like, oh, thanks very fucking much. 50 quid.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
It's
is
not
this-
bad.
He was like,
Coca-Cola or Sprite.
he was like, is this your first time? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'll tell you what. Then he was like, you can have 2 drinks, but it's still 50 quid to get in. And I was like, okay, pay 50 quid to get in. I've walked into this bar, boys, right? Not realizing that it's a Wednesday night. So it's not prime time.
Yeah.
I've walked in. There's 30 naked women just sat around scrolling. And I walked in and they all just looked at me like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a rave. You ever been to a rave?
No.
No? Okay, so after a rave, when everyone's coming down and crashing off the drugs and someone pulls a spliff out, every eye in the room goes like that.
Yeah.
I was a spliff in that after a rave.
Like when you're in high school and you've got chewing gum.
Yes, yeah, there you go.
And everyone in the room goes,
Oh, I'll have a bit.
oh, I'll have a bit.
Yeah.
I get confused because obviously me being older, I thought you were going to mention the slate with the chalk
Yeah.
back in the day.
I don't.
It's what we used
I
to
don't
share
know.
out between your classmates.
I'm
We
only
just
like-
did a fucking sponge cake on a
What were
birthday.
you, Marines chomping down on chalk?
No, is that what they do?
Marines? Oh, no, it's crayons now, isn't it?
Uh,
Anyway.
So I've walked in and like all of them have just turned, and I'm like, oh my god. And
Yeah.
like this time
like mine? Mine. There's a reference.
stand up, so I'm still super socially anxious anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, let me go to the bar. I've got my drink tokens in my hand. I'm like, let me walk to the bar. Go to the bar and I'm like, yeah, can I get a double spice rum and coke? To be fair to them, they make it quickly. whilst I'm stood at the bar, I can almost feel people closing around me.
Yeah.
And I've literally
like, Squid Game, where every time you turn around, they've got
green
clothes,
light, red light. Yeah. So I get my drink, and she's ordered it, right? And I'm just like, honestly, I get this drink, and I'm like, like this, trying to drink it, just like
You're doing the job for her.
yeah. I knew you'd say something on that, but I was like shaking. I could hear the ice crackling against the glass. That's how much I was shaking and shit myself. And I just got like a tap on my shoulder. Time around is this like Colombian lady, blonde hair, like boobies out, like literally just out. And she's like, "Hey baby, you like the body?" And I was like, "I do now." Like, you know, I guess. And like this is the thing though, right? You're supposed to walk in these places and actually look around and like essentially shop. As disgusting as that sounds, because you shouldn't really shop for women, but you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to actually like pick someone who you want. I was just like, she tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, "You'll do." Do you know what I mean? I was like, "Get me the fuck out of here." But I was like, I just want to dance. So she took me to the back. Like, let me just have a dance. It's like €50 for a dance. I'm like, fine, no problem.
Did you still get 2 drinks with that as well?
So I've got my first drink, 2 drinks only. And then if I want another, you know what? I'm actually curious to how much a drink cost at the bar in that place, but obviously I didn't find out. And
Can you haggle?
Well, if you can remember the name of the bar,
no, I couldn't. I don't want to do that either. But don't want to give them any free promo. But
it's all right. I'll search it later.
book a flight tonight. But so I've walked in. She's tapping the shoulder.
Send me back. She's like, "I'll find it." Colombian lady, boobies. 2 days later, Max is like, "I couldn't find it.
No, but he's had to upload his passport information. But he couldn't
Knowing me, I would have fucking found it.
Yeah, Max.
From his description, I found her.
So
That's why he's so dehydrated.
Well, is this her? What the fuck?
So she's took me out the back for a dance, and within like 2 minutes, she's like dancing on me, but she's like took a further step. She's like took my boxes off and whatever, right? She's like making it, and then she's like basically trying to sell herself to me. Then she's like, you know, €200, I'll do anything you want. Da da da. She's like, cocaine included, and I'm like, that's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. And,
You're like, have you
not
ever
bad.
been to the new camp? 'Cause,
yeah. And so and I'm like a fucking young idiot, and I give in to the peer pressure, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Sorry,
so
the peer pressure at this point is one person.
Yeah, just
for the
her.
vibe.
Yeah.
So as soon as I say this, right? As soon as I
Yeah.
say cool, I've gave her already the €50 for the dance, right? She's then told me it's €200 more for anything I want, which is like sex or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I've said, cool, I've only got my cards. How do I pay? So she said, oh, we have a payment machine in the hallway. She was like, let me get the manager. She like presses a button on the room and that brings the manager in. So I know. So I'm like, I'm there Winnie the Pooh, t-shirt, no boxes, no socks, nothing, yeah. And this girl's like, the manager comes in. She's like, yeah, come with me, pay. And I was like, all right, let me just get dressed. I was like, let me just get dressed. She was like, no, don't worry. She was like, look where you are. She was literally like, look where you are. Like, doesn't matter. Come with me. And I'm like, cool. Walked out. The corridor is in perfect view of the room I've just come from with the 30 naked ladies. Brother, I was stood at this cash point, put my card in. My bum cheeks were blushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that ridiculous. And then, as I paid the £200, gone back into the room with the Colombian lady. She's then like, because they are very professional, she gave me a full body shower first before she even came near me and that whatever, yeah. Which fair play. And then one thing leads to another. We start doing the thing that I've gone there to do essentially. Yeah. And then obviously cocaine included, right? So I was like living the dream. She was letting me like do bumps of coke off her tits and stuff. And this is probably not for the podcast, but fuck it. I don't care.
Oh, mate, we fucking.
No, it doesn't. Honestly,
fine.
I don't care either. So fuck it. But
if you want anything cut, just tell us.
No. So I was doing bumps off her titties, and I was living the dream. Like every boy's dream, I guess, to one extent, has been that. And I was like, this is insane.
Well, the gay people.
Maybe not.
Seems a bit unfair on them, doesn't it?
Having the time of my life, and then we started getting to it, and I've realised very quickly that cocaine stops you from being as good a performer.
Okay.
So I've just spent £250 on absolutely nothing, basically. Just on a fun experience. I didn't even come. Did not come.
And I've just realised the gay people would have enjoyed it.
Did they time it as well then?
Well, I think because I was the only customer and I'd paid £200, she didn't. I think I was in there for about an hour.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
And I've just realised the gay people would have enjoyed it because there was dancing.
None of them were dancing.
They're not.
They were just sat around scrolling, and I was like, God, make some effort, girls. You know what I mean?
Playing Flappy Fish. Flappy Fish?
Yeah.
Flappy Bird.
Make some
Flappy
effort
Bird.
for you, this really socially awkward British lad who's just walked in.
Yeah, I know.
Go on, love.
I think it's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough night.
Yeah.
How did they decide who's going to tap you on the shoulder? Was it like rock, paper, scissors?
I don't know. I think this Colombian lady, she was like the hustler in the club. You know what I mean? She was a bit weathered, I guess. Like, she wasn't weathered, but she was like, she was in her 30s.
She knew what she was doing.
She was like a MILF. She was fully, she knew the game. She knew what she was doing. Whereas I reckon some of the others might be like more used to pervy men going in there being like, give me you, I want a bit of you, slag. Yeah. That's probably what they're more used to.
Wait,
where I've walked
Greg
in
Wallace
like,
has been in Barcelona.
yeah,
Way.
loads of times.
I've already got my pants down.
But I've walked in and I'm like, can I get you a drink first or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be the nice guy. It's fucking stupid, really. But yeah, man, Barcelona is such a
So
good place.
New Camp brothel.
New Camp brothel, weed
They don't put that
cafes.
on the 2E package, do they? Go on, what else you got?
What else I did in the weed cafe?
Sagrada Familia.
Didn't even go there. I was too stoned.
It's just a big church, isn't it?
Yeah. But the weed cafe was a bit, obviously I said weed's legal in Barcelona. I think it's a little bit more lenient now, but originally when I
I
first
think
went,
if you're at a
It's a
brothel
bit like
taking
Amsterdam,
cocaine,
right?
they shouldn't really worry
no,
about
it's not like Amsterdam. So when I first went, it's like the way they do it is it's legal but for residents. But they have
Right.
these weed cafes, but they're not like, you can't just Google it and find the address. You have to
Yeah.
message their Instagram page. They send you the location. Then you turn up and it just looks like a front door of a house. You have to like buzz in and then you go into like a lobby with like loads of like, you know, weed leaves all over the walls just for like whatever. And then
Aesthetics.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
you go in, you then have to buy a membership fee and everyone. Each one's like £20 membership fee. You go in and they're like, you get a joint with that one included.
Oh,
Nah,
sweet.
I'm
There
joking.
you
You
go.
don't.
Do you
I
not?
just
So basically what you're saying is the strip club,
yeah.
better deal.
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
up better deal. So I basically walk into the weed cafe in Barca and paid my membership, and I'm like, great, this is cool, you know. And they're like, the lady says to me, she's like, one rule really. She was like, you know, if the police come in, you need to pretend that you're from here. I was like, okay. I look fucking like I'm from Barcelona, don't I? So, but it was fine. No police came in, but I remember the moment I'm like, she's like, show me the weed. And this is my first experience in a weed cafe. I'd not even been to Amsterdam at this point yet. So she passed me this big tub of weed and she just passed it towards me. So I just looked at it and I was like, ah, sick. Put my hand in, didn't I? And grabbed some. This like fucking crazy lady just starts screaming at me in Spanish. She's like, what the fuck you doing? Like she got mental. Because obviously when they pass you the tub, that's the smell. Not to grab. You don't touch. You know what I'm saying? So I had.
So it really is like a strip club, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had, to be honest, man,
When you pass you the box, you don't put your fingers in.
but my Barcelona trip, despite me saying that it was the best holiday of my life, I've just explained the 3 main points of it to you there, and it doesn't seem like it. But
But it's not for the smell, then, is it?
No,
No.
well, before you start going on a tangent.
No, I'm still on that. That's quite interesting, that one.
Uh,
What would you have done if they'd have come in?
and the police and asked me to be Spanish.
Yeah, what would you
I
do?
genuinely,
It's the police, gringo. You're going to go, hola, ¿cómo estás?
yeah,
I've just moved here.
yeah.
That's what
Get
you
your,
do, isn't
you
it?
get your
Maybe,
maracas
yeah.
out. Da-da-da-da-da.
I moved here a month ago.
No, genuinely, I'll be honest, man. Foreign police, me being me on my own, I probably would have just came clean and been like, I messaged them on Instagram. They said, "Come." Not to do with me,
I
man.
know.
Are we still talking about the strip?
Yeah.
If anything, I'm the victim, really.
Yeah. And let me tell you about the strip club. I don't even get me started on this place.
Barcelona.
Yes.
Anyone else? But best, any other big, random, random place you've been to?
Went to
Thailand.
not been there.
Oh.
Went to Dubrovnik this year.
Oh.
That was pretty cool.
And then you thought, right, it's time to split.
Hey.
Very clever city-based joke there. Saint Blaise is the patron saint of Dubrovnik,
I have no idea, mate.
which is quite good because that's related to marijuana. How was Dubrovnik?
Dubrovnik was good. Just went for a week with my girlfriend, and we just mainly went for the Game of Thrones tour.
Yeah.
And then realised
Oh.
that Dubrovnik's like the most beautiful place in the world as well. It was so nice there.
Did you went for the game of Shame.
Well, that's what we went for, yeah.
Yeah.
Shame. We did that whole
Yeah.
thing. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
But it's you know what? Fun fact about that actually. So you know when Cersei does the Walk of Shame, the Walk of Atonement, or whatever it's called.
yeah,
You out of the brothel,
Red bum cheeks and t-shirt on.
limping.
Still Pooh Bear in it, just like I forgot my pants.
But it wasn't. It wasn't
Still
her.
not come.
It wasn't her. It wasn't her body, basically.
Oh.
it was.
Yeah, it was
'cause
a-
she had like she's covered in tattoos and shit. But
It was a
Yeah.
Colombian woman.
Oh.
I tell you what is there. We went on a cruise. It was a 2-week cruise for the honeymoon.
Mhm.
So it was like, I want to spend money on you, but not too much money.
Mm.
And the cruise ship parked, laid anchor, stopped. The cruise ship stopped moving so people could get off without dying.
Yeah.
Right. And you had to walk a bit up the hill and down the hill to get to Dubrovnik. And right where the cruise ship stopped was just the Communist Museum.
Oh, nice.
I tried to suggest, my wife was like, we're not going to a Communist Museum on the honeymoon. I'm like, you did say we. Yeah, it's a shame that.
So before Jack goes on another tangent.
There's no tangent. That's right.
I don't know because I only remembered to message you again yesterday. I was meant to message you a few days ago.
Yeah.
We have a little section in our show where
Yes.
we ask people to prep a film idea.
yeah.
Did you manage to prep one? Or
Yeah, kind of. But
Okay.
I don't know. Like I haven't said it out loud, so it could be weird. But fine.
well, you know what? It can't be as bad as some of the ideas we've had, and
Really?
it might be as good as.
so I
some of the others.
I
So-
based it off. Go on, sorry, if you're going to explain.
Starship
Lewis.
Troopers.
So basically, we've got a ranking
Good
at the
film.
moment.
Yeah.
We've got 3 people tied as first. We kind of have a basic idea of where they are.
What does the ranking? How do you
So it's out of
stuff?
10.
very
We're
vibe-based.
gonna both give you a score out of 10,
get? Okay.
and then we find out the middle number, the mean,
Yeah.
median, or whatever
With
it is.
you, with you.
Jake is currently he's on the leaderboard. He's last. So
Because
Got
Matt
beat Jake.
basically,
doesn't like
you've got to
fantasy.
beat a score of 7.3 to beat Jake.
Okay. And can I ask what his film was?
It was a remake of Lord of the Rings
with Danny DeVito.
with Danny DeVito, the Rizzler, and a bunch of other people. So basically, he cheaped out on it.
He basically
He cheaped
scrolled Instagram and was
Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah,
going to do
yeah.
a bit of film about
Well,
these
no,
two
but
things.
also Max hates Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, so it really scored low for me because I
Okay.
was not a fan.
That's cool. Well, mine's an original idea.
Oh, brilliant!
Oh,
Yeah.
well, ding, ding.
That's what we
I came
like.
up with it today
Fantastic.
because you only told me yesterday.
Sorry
and
again.
Obviously, it's based on the fact. Well, it was basically just that whole prostitute story. No, I'm joking. It's not that. But so obviously, I
He
told
could have
you
been on a 10 there if he'd have really said
Yeah, I know.
my newer job obviously is the letting agent, right? And it's quite fun because we do student lettings, so I'm having to go and do viewings with students and stuff like that. And this is just a build up to the actual film idea. But so the other day I went into this student house, and the house was like a bit of a shithole. And then went into this one girl's room. Her room was immaculate, completely sparkling clean. I was like, fair play, she's tidied her room. And then on her bedside table, she had like, you know, girls have she had like a dish, and it just had like earrings, key
Oh,
rings,
maybe, yeah.
bits and bobs in it, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that pile of whatever was 3 bags of cocaine. Now I walked in and I looked at them, and I was with the other students that I'm showing around, and I was like, this
Wow.
is not included in the house next year. Do you know what I mean?
You're like, wow, 2 bags of cocaine.
Yeah, I said that to my boss though. I was like, I could have just took them. What were they gonna do? They couldn't have fucking called us and been like, hey, someone stole my coke. Like, you can't do that. And we've walked in on students having like, we literally walked in on one today. Literally today, we tell them 24 hours in advance that they're gonna have the viewing. Walked in this morning. Literally, you do that thing. You knock on a door and then you go in.
Yeah.
Knocked on the door when it says
He's
one
a
room.
professional.
Yeah, knocked on the door and says when it says one room, and this girl's like jumped out of bed and she's like in bed with a guy, and she's like, she only had like a shirt on and like short shorts, you know. And I'm
Right.
like, fucking Jesus Christ. And then we walked in on one student, he was doing a bong hit in his room, like they just don't care, right? So I was
Yeah.
thinking my film idea was that of a letting agent, right? But obviously, you're not gonna have all the boring bullshit behind being a letting agent. It's gonna be a cool letting agent. Obviously, me, I'll probably play the star role.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm
Humble,
okay
yeah.
to cast myself.
Yep, that's perfectly
fine.
fine, mate.
And
Just so you know as well, we do make a poster for it
okay.
using
So we need someone
ChatGPT.
to. So who do you think looks a bit like you?
Will Smith.
No, I don't.
So we'll cast Will Smith.
You can cast Will Smith if you want, yeah. Yeah, sure.
No, it's all right. No,
I can't think of any other actor that really looks like me. You know what I got told I look like the other day? Because I've been, I don't know where they are. I've been wearing these a lot, yeah. This is my new headphones. I've been wearing these over my head. And someone told me that I look like, you know the guy, have you ever watched, forgetting, the film we mentioned before with Lee Evans? What was that film called?
Mouse Hunt, Mousetrap.
No, the
No,
one after that.
Forgetting Sarah Duda.
No,
no, it's
something about Mary.
something about
Oh,
Mary.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's something about Mary. She's got like a learning difficulty brother who always wears
Oh, yeah.
headphones. And someone said I look like him. And I've never been so devastated in my life. Pull it up, please, to give context. Pull it up. Because when someone said it to me in work, I was like, no way.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh, Mary. Brother. There you go, brother. So I said, I look like this guy.
Do you want to put your headphones back on, Dick? Quick.
Steve, can we get those faces together? I think he might.
Oh. But yeah, to be honest, I would also pretend to be disabled for that pussy. Just saying. But yeah, so where was I? Oh, film idea.
Yeah.
So sorry. So the idea is, so obviously I'm a letting agent, and one day I just normal day. It's a Tuesday, could be a Wednesday if you want. Walk in to a normal house viewing, and I've got. So basically, sometimes the students will come to look at like an 8-bedroom house, but they'll just send one person because the rest of them are busy or something, right? So I'm doing a viewing with one person,
What, you getting a house for the Seven Dwarfs? What's
No. Like some
Send him.
some students want like an 8-bedroom house, but
Yeah.
they all have like placement or whatever, so they can't go to these viewings. Whereas one of them will just be free because they don't care about uni, so they'll just do the viewings, right?
Yep, that was me.
There you go. So if someone gets that role, and so the idea is that I'm just showing this one person, and I've got like to go and view a house with them. We walk into the first house, and I'm like, when I walk into every house, I have to be like, hey, you know, I'm just here for the viewing. If anyone's home, and then you go, and then if no one answers, you just proceed, right? So my idea is that I proceed. We go through most of the house as a normal viewing, and then you just get to like the last room, and one of the tenants is in there, dead.
Oh, I was just thinking that.
But then this is where it gets a bit more interesting than the idea of the film, because I like. You guys ever watch Inside Number 9?
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Inside Number 9. So I'd then make it so then, that tenant's dead, and as you see that she's dead, you also hear like the door downstairs lock or something like that, and it's the tenant who you're showing around.
I was thinking that when you said it.
And so maybe she's like killing tenants to try and get a property. I didn't have a lot of time, so I
right.
didn't figure out a
Yeah,
fully
no.
structured script. But that's my
good.
actual idea.
That's a good
Have we got a
idea.
name?
We could call it.
We've got tenants. We've got let
Property.
house.
Die for a house. There you go.
Dying for a house.
Dying for a house.
There
It's a
we
bit
go.
on the nose, but that'll do.
Right.
Wh-
How are they dead? Not how are they dead? They've
This-
stopped breathing.
This is what I've. So that's the idea of the film, is that I'm just going to a view and someone's lay there dead, like bleeding out, and then I hear the door lock behind me, and it's like, and then it's like a bit of a horror film.
So at this point, you're locked in the room with the murderer.
I'm locked in a house with a tenant who I just think is a new person. I'm showing around his house. Someone's been murdered, but then it's probably going to be the tenant. Do you know what I'm saying? The person who I'm showing around, they have something to do with it.
I'm just thinking, actually. Right. So as you were explaining it, I was thinking of someone who actually could play you.
Okay.
But like, obviously, when you look at people who play real people, they always get actors who are like over the top,
Yeah.
good looking,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So no offense, he's a better looking bloke
That's
than
fine.
you. But I thought actually he could pull off playing you. It's the guy who played Frankenstein in the new Frankenstein film.
Oh, him.
Jacob Elordi or something
What did you
like
do about
that.
all the scars?
What, they were prosthetic, mate.
Oh, right. You know, Frankenstein was actually the name of the director.
So this guy.
Oh yeah.
So
He's very good looking, man. I'll
he's-
take that.
he's a tall bloke as well.
Yeah.
You know, I reckon he could play.
Let's
play
do it.
you.
Yeah, you can play me.
See, I was thinking of an age. Do you know Son of Rambo?
No.
Put
Sorry.
Son of just
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you on
an
about-
older version of whoever he is.
Will Forte.
Put Son of.
He played. You're on about him, aren't you?
Yeah, not.
Oh,
not,
Will
right.
Poulter or whatever his
Will
name
Poulter,
No,
that's it. Yeah.
Not on this picture, granted.
Will Poulter's a good-looking bloke as well.
is. He is now. He's had a good glow up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He was good in The Bear. I liked him in The
Yeah.
Bear.
There he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy devil.
He's white.
In the
I-
Millers, he was terrible though.
Yeah.
He looked ugly in that.
There he is in that as well.
Jesus, he's put some timber on.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a
yeah,
big bloke now. I still think Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we'll go with.
Mate,
go
I
with him.
just come up with the idea. You guys can be the casting directors and all that, and you figure it out, mate. You know what I mean?
Did you see the Zac Efron thing?
No.
That he destroyed his jaw?
Oh yeah.
so it
Yeah.
wasn't like, I want to
Spell it right.
look like I've been stung by bees. He had genuinely smashed his face.
I was talking about that with my girlfriend yesterday. Funny enough, Zac Efron. We were talking about the film he did 17 again.
Yeah, with Matthew Perry.
But she was like, "Oh, with Matthew Perry," and I was like, "I've watched that film 20 times." I was like, "Matthew Perry didn't play Zac Efron as an older Zac
Yeah.
Efron," and she was like, "Yeah, he did." And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How did they get away with that? Matthew Perry playing Zac Efron? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Played by Jacob Elordi.
Please make a post for a horror film about
What's
a
the
Latin agent.
name?
Who finds
There is a name, isn't there?
For what?
For this, there's a name that revolves around it being
Yeah.
rented, dead inside,
Yeah.
murder.
Dead
ooh.
Inside could be good,
Inside.
maybe.
Inside's good, yeah. Dead Body in the Apartment. And the killer.
Call it For Lease Navidad.
It happens in Spain. You know what would be good is if the killer, the woman you're showing around, she's a woman now in my head, is Chinese.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of Chinese students.
Yeah.
So there's a language barrier. So you're trying to find out.
I think you're just adding
It was
confusion.
a horror
to it. There's
horror
no-
comedy.
Are we making it a horror comedy? Yeah.
Or you can make whatever you want, yeah.
Well,
but I was
it's your
just,
film, mate.
if
Comedy.
we were gonna make it where there's a language barrier, you know, she's like, "How are we freeway?"
51st deaths.
51st deaths.
So what did we call it? Dead Inside.
Yeah, Dead Inside.
Dead Inside will do, yeah.
God.
I think, yeah.
Right. Let's have a look. So it does usually take a second to make the poster, and
That's cool.
sometimes it doesn't like making the posters.
That's fine.
Um,
Can I get a rating from you both then while we're waiting?
Not without the poster.
So
Oh, right.
usually we
Poster
will
really-
wait afterwards. So this one is the idea that I came up with,
Nice.
Years
Zombie
ago,
Pope, pretty cool.
and we really liked the poster. So
Yeah,
Steve's put it up.
Can you
That
guess what it's
one,
about?
that was an idea I had back in college that me and my mates were like, "Oh, we could sell this idea. This is a pretty
Yeah,
good
yeah.
idea. It's a shit idea, but we thought it was funny." So we've done posters for everyone and stuff. We usually do the ratings afterwards. Sometimes the poster doesn't like to load.
That's all good.
Give it a bit of time.
So we'll give it a bit of
time.
time.
Give some time.
And
you-
so far, my rating's actually quite high because I like the premise.
Mm.
And you've
I
not come in
think
with
so.
too much information for us to remember,
Yeah.
which I also like as well.
Let's go.
Mainly because I didn't give you enough time. But I'm going to give it quite a high score. I always give them really high scores, but I feel like I'm going to give this
Are you
one.
the Simon Cowell of this group, are you?
No, it's just Max.
It's
And Max.
very-
People who've been on know Max better than me. Some of them Max's close friends. So
Oh, okay.
they tend to get. I'm just saying, statistical analysis shows
Yeah.
they tend to do quite well.
Well,
Right.
also, I really like a lot of their ideas.
There you go.
But I also tend to give them a lot more time.
It does. So
With this one, I'm going to start off scoring it with a 9.3.
gee,
Which is
you
a
need
high
somewhere
score.
to go.
But we've got Jacob Elordi in the film. I quite like him as well.
There you go.
I like the premise of the idea, and horror comedies always good.
Well, so
And
you've
it's
never heard
not
that
something
film?
that's going to cost too much money as well.
Yeah, low budget.
Low budget.
You've never heard of that film either, have you?
You just need one Chinese student.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
playing the dead body?
You.
I don't play the dead body. We need someone.
Maybe
no.
that's the plot twist.
She's the dead body.
Oh, so it's like Saw at the end where he gets up off the floor.
What?
You never, I don't know. I've not seen Saw.
You've not
so-
seen Saw? Oh,
Sorry.
that
Seen
was a
Saw.
great reference. So.
Oh, bloody no.
Didn't follow your content. Finds a sleeping body. Because you can't have a dead body.
Right. Let's do that again. So if you two want to carry on chatting, I'll try
Yeah,
and fix
sure.
it now. And
So
see what we
Dubrovnik.
can do. Wait,
Barcelona,
I gave a score. You give a
I
score.
want my picture before I get
All
my
right.
That's
okay.
Anywhere on the list?
I want to go next. I'm thinking Italy next year, but obviously long term I want to go to America, man.
The continent or the country?
Well, the country. Well, I guess the continent really. I'd love to, but it's a bit dangerous going to like South America and nothing really in like Canada.
Yeah.
Canada doesn't really interest me that much. I've got a friend who lives out there, but he's not reported much. So,
Activity. Yeah.
yeah, so
What would you do in the States?
I just want to go out there and live it up, man, and just see all this stuff that like see all the hullabaloos about. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't
just,
mind doing Texas.
yeah, Texas for the stand-up side of things, but also I just want to see New York. Like, I love
Uh,
my genre of anything like is like I love New York. Do you know what I mean? Like film wise, character wise, musically, I love New York. I just want to go there. Do you know
So-
what I'm saying?
I have got a question because obviously we were talking before about. I'm just going to leave that up
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so we can see when it loads. We were talking before about how we were told not to do too many
Different things.
different things and things like that. Have you thought about? Because obviously you had a podcast.
Yeah.
Have you thought about like sketches and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah.
And you say you like New York as well, so like SNL, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
is
I mean,
something that you
yeah.
Musicals?
you don't mind.
I'm not very
What?
talented musically, I'm afraid. I can do like a
Neither's
decent.
Max, but he does loads.
Fuck you.
I
We've
could
got
do
a new
like,
remix of If You're Happy and You Know It.
I can
But Max is from Wigan, so he just doesn't clap.
backwards clapping. I don't know. Like I just
Reminds me about my joke about the Special Olympics, but we won't go into that.
I can't remember the question now.
So
Sorry.
have you thought about doing?
Oh,
other
shit,
Oh,
yeah,
sketches,
sorry.
mate. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
like sketches and things.
So I've had loads of like sessions with other comics about sketches, and we've like come up with a bunch of ideas and da. But like
The filming, it's the actual.
the actual making a sketch is beyond us at this point because you need equipment and people to edit it and all that.
Yeah.
We've got loads of ideas, but we just haven't cooked anything yet. I think my next angle, maybe in the summer and stuff, might be a bit more like street content-y stuff because I've got some ideas for that I've just not actually executed yet. So
Yes.
I might.
What's
But we-
street content?
Oh, here we go.
I actually quite like that. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
that's
lie.
pretty good. Yeah, and
Because that's the good.
like I said, that could be you.
Yeah.
And she seems a bit.
So
like
I reckon
zombie-ish, but
the idea of the film there would be I walk in with her originally to show the house, and she looks completely normal.
Oh.
yeah, there
And
we
then
go.
we see the dead body, and then everything changes from that
So it
moment.
becomes more like a psychological,
That would be good.
well,
Like-
not even more like a
Shutter
body
Island.
horror type thing,
Yeah.
or like Hereditary. Like, have you seen that?
No, I haven't. But
Oh, well,
sorry, I said and I was
it's
like, no.
like it's like
Oh.
as it goes on, it gets gradually more and more like the mother in that film. She gradually gets more insane and stuff.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the film, she's like this demon running across ceilings and shit. Like
Right,
that.
yeah.
a bit
So it's
mad.
like a progressive.
yeah, but it's like so that's kind of the idea for this one.
I like that. I really
That's
like
good
it.
because you can have it going between rooms and the body's there and then not there, and she's getting more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if it'll add like a tagline to it. You know, like what was the one for the Scooby Doo film? We had a Scooby Doo film set in Vietnam. That
Yeah.
was one of the
Pretty cool.
ideas, and
But
it was
you got eaten.
it was war is rough.
Yeah.
That was the
it.
tagline. Was war is rough. Which, it's pretty good. And it will probably change the poster slightly, but
Yeah.
We've
Have you ever
got-
seen
we've
that?
got
Just
both
quickly
of
on this, have you ever seen that clip of someone when it first came out, ChatGPT, and it was like someone asked it to show them a happy bunny, and then it sent them a picture of a happy bunny, and it was like, okay,
Oh.
make it happier.
yeah,
And then
keeps
it
going.
keeps telling them to make it happier, make it happier, make it happier. And by the end, it says like, by the very last image, it's like, this is the epitome of happiness. This is, and it showed the image isn't a rabbit anymore. It's like it almost looks like code for like God. If that it's like it blows your mind how like ChatGPT got from like the happiest thing possible.
But it's
equates
it's
to
like,
God,
It's
do you know what I
Chinese
mean?
whispers, isn't it? You're using content you've created with an instruction to
Yeah.
follow the same, and eventually it becomes
Something
nothing to do with the
else.
source.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
Like the Bible. Big fan of the Bible.
Uh,
Oh, you're a Torah.
I got christened when
Yeah.
I was younger, but I got christened when I was 10 years old, and it was simply because I hadn't been christened.
yeah.
Because when I was growing up, my family, like at the point, it wasn't really a thing. But then obviously,
Hang
both
on. 2,000 years. It's been a thing for. How old are you? You must moisturise.
it wasn't really a thing for us. Like,
Ah,
it wasn't a
right.
thing. Like the only reason anyone would have a christening is for a family piss up, and it was like at the time when I was a
Yeah.
baby, they
Well,
made
for us, it was because the school's in the area.
that you had to.
Yeah, you had
That's
to.
crazy. Yeah.
So like, I went to a Catholic school because all the Catholic schools around the area that I lived better than all the others.
Yeah.
So I got it wasn't the only reason I got baptized, but it is the only reason my niece got baptized.
If the classes had been full and Max could not have done it, he'd have had to been renamed Max Hamid. I quite like that.
the fucking hope in your eyes then that I got that joke, and I promise you, but I already didn't. But,
Fun fact:
a lot
Mohammed's
of 'em.
camel was called Casper,
so
not a friendly ghost. just-
Anyway,
yeah.
back to
no, so the christening thing was just like when I was a kid, we didn't never arose for me to get christened.
yeah.
And then when I was about 10, both my sisters had kids young, so I was like,
Mm.
because they're older than me anyway. But
Older than 10, can we
yeah,
establish?
yeah. So when I was 10, my sisters were like 18, 19.
Ah,
yeah. So they had young kids, and I remember my niece was getting christened, so she must have been 1, maybe 2.
Yep.
And me
Check
being
that.
like a 9, 10-year-old boy who was like pretty bit of a spoiled child, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit when I was younger, and I was like, why haven't I been christened? I want a christening.
I want a candle.
So,
Oh, you
so
can
me
have
and
a
my,
candle.
so I forced my toddler niece into having a joint christening with me.
Push my- out the way.
Bro, you should have seen the priest, mate. He was like Michael Jordan with my head in that bowl, mate. He was just fucking dunk, dunk, dunk. It was honestly
He was like, you
insane.
don't get this opportunity a lot. Usually he's got to be fragile with him, but
Bro, I thought I was going to drown. But yeah, honestly, I think that is it. You know, they're so used to dealing with these fragile babies where they
well,
just
you
gotta
see
do
it with
this
like the
bullshit.
adult christenings
The
and stuff,
proper
where they're in
ones.
like a full-on
In a
bath
suit,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
They're in suits, and you see them just go
Crazy, innit?
throw them under, like yeah.
Unfortunately, not too religious or anything, man. I'll be
Easter?
honest.
Do you do Easter?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get eggs.
Chocolate,
Get a
Yeah.
bit chalky. and
Why
that.
did you ask about religion again?
Bible,
Oh yeah, you asked about the Bible. We have a section on the podcast
which Max loves.
they added to the podcast, him and Steve, on a secret episode that they recorded whilst I was on holiday.
We
Oh,
replaced Max with
And-
a cuddly penguin.
There was a section of the podcast where they started reading from the Bible. It's actually it's usually down. Oh, there it is. So
We just, just the highlights, the best bits.
Yeah, the classics.
Jesus.
Max
Um,
always turns to the page of the Sodomites.
So he got a
Illustrated
children's Bible.
I
Yeah.
like that.
And Steve has been reading through it, and then he tends to ask us
Oh
questions
no, hang on.
about. Oh, there we
Trapped in fuck off.
Ah.
It
No,
is a.
We'll stick with that poster. That's the better
Just
poster.
for the audio side, it says trapped in an apartment with a killer. It's explanation.
Yeah.
Well, he's been reading from the Bible and then asking us questions about it.
Okay, do you want to do that with me? Is that what you were
No.
suggesting? No? Okay.
Oh.
Basically, what I'm saying is he's bringing it up. I'm assuming because he wanted to mention something about
it's
that.
just
But they added it whilst I was away. It's become part of the episodes, like in between the guest
which
episodes.
Max hates.
And I fucking hate it every single time. It is
He's
a
bloody
terrible
Catholic.
section.
No, I get it. I get that. Anything to do with religion, I'm like, oh,
Any sort of
I
spiritual
don't mind
ghosts?
religion. I just don't want to be
ghosts. Oh yeah, ghosts.
sat there listening.
I love ghosts.
Max,
Bit
ghosts?
too much, or
No, like I just think.
like sometimes you lie back and you're kind of hoping the ghost from Ghostbusters shows up.
yeah, no, I'm
Start
not.
sucking
I'm
you
not.
off.
I'm not into them. I'm
You're
not.
not seeing that Ghostbusters.
The little thing,
What?
the ghost in Ghostbusters.
There's a scene in Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd gets sucked off by a ghost.
I didn't know that.
Actually, my Ghostbusters is mainly the kids' animation, which I don't think you're talking about.
No, the film Ghostbusters with Bill Murray and Harold Ramis,
Has a bit
Dan
with that?
Aykroyd. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
There's a section where it's like this ghost woman floats above him, and he's like, "Oh my god, she's beautiful," and then she starts sucking him off.
I've not had any experiences like that, unfortunately. Not even in Barcelona. My,
Any spiritualism? Any?
not experiences, but yeah, my mum was a very spiritual lady, and her mum before her as well, both like super spiritual. My mum used to have these books under her bed from like the fucking 20s, and I remember sometimes as a kid, I used to like try and steal them just to like, because she would be like off limits. You don't look at them books, and I thought it was like a vibrators or something, but it wasn't. She had
So
a big
naturally, you were going after them.
yeah. She had a book bag under her bed,
Yeah.
basically, with these like crazy books from like the 20s that were all like horror stories from like, obviously. So imagine
Oh.
if they're
Yeah,
written in like
yeah.
the 20s, they're from like 100 years before that, whatever. And they were like, some of them were super like, I couldn't remember any stories. I'm sorry, I smoke a lot of weed, but
It's fine.
it was. I remember being a kid and like some of that shit, like you just like even the illustrations on like the pages and stuff, you
Yeah.
really fucked me
Yeah.
up as a kid, and that really made me believe in them. Then,
Yeah, but no wonder you started smoking weed as well.
bro, I was like,
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
I was like.
From sounds of it, you've
Protect
been
myself with
scarred.
clouds of smoke, but yeah, family was very, very spiritual. Like my nan, super spiritual lady. They always used to go to mediums and all this shit and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
speak to them. But I don't really. Well, I've never really wanted to spend money on that because I don't know if it's legit.
Yeah.
I'm a bit frugal with stuff like that. If I don't know it's legit,
enough.
I'm not keen to spend my money. Do you know what I mean?
My theory is always either it's bullshit or we shouldn't mess with it.
Yeah.
That
Which
sounds,
I also think
that
about-
sounds like your idea for therapy.
My idea on therapy. Snakes in boxes. Like, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever finishes therapy. Would you go to therapy?
I did it. I did 6 weeks of therapy. Yeah.
Did you find it helped?
Yeah. For like.
Did you have to pay for it though?
No, I got referred through my old job.
There we go.
So, but it was literally like on Zoom with a lady. It was pretty cool though.
She kept the clothes on.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Pointless.
Pointless. It was kind of helpful for what I needed it for, but it was like, after like the 6 weeks, I was like, well, I'm not cured, but
Well,
Yeah.
this has been nice.
What I'm saying
See
is,
you
it's
later.
nice
Thanks.
to talk, but that's what mobile phones for. You have to pay 40 quid an hour, and that's probably cheap. What was Tom? Hi, Tom. Tom's
He's
a hypnotherapist.
clinical hypnotherapist.
But they must charge.
Oh yeah, I imagine
Yeah,
he
it's not
charges
cheap.
a
It's
lot
not
of
cheap,
money.
man.
Yeah.
Not cheap at all.
To talk.
Oh, that was something we forgot to do. We forgot to tell him hypnotize us on the show.
I don't think we wanted him to hypnotise.
Can you hypnotize people?
Nah, I can't.
Oh well,
sorry.
we'll have to get
If
Tom
you
back
look,
in at
I
some
mean, if you
point.
look into your eyes and give you direction, but that's not really hypnotism.
Right.
Can I rate the thing?
Yeah. Rate the thing. I've got.
Can I see the picture?
Rate
I've
me
got
film.
questions.
You show him the picture just so we can
Oh
see.
shit! Sorry.
I don't want
there
to
it is.
in case she tries to hypnotise me. She's really off-putting.
I think that's the point, though.
Yeah.
She's meant to be the killer.
Oh, I'm not to watch it now, do I?
We fucking figured that out in the premise.
A horror comedy. The comedy element looks like it's missing.
Nah, she's smiling.
And
Oh,
also,
there you go.
it's quite brightly lit as well, like a comedy film would be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I gave it 9.3. Remember?
I like it if she keeps trying to kill him as well, but he just keeps like turning around and missing it, and she flies past. Would I watch that film?
It's not
I
really
wouldn't watch it on
confirmed.
my own because horror films on their own scare me, which is sort of the point.
Mm.
I'm not big on horror, but I'd like homedy horror.
Homedy?
Homedy
Homedy
horror was a
Comedy
Native
horror.
American porn actress. How you ask? That's what she said. No. 8 point. Where's a 6?
8.6 and 9.3.
Ooh,
That's all I got.
that's 8.9
Is that-
again,
Is it?
which means you are tied top again.
Oh my god!
So we've got
It's
four
good
at the
score,
top.
Like,
I think that's.
and
So now we've got to figure out dead quick.
you were
who's
fighting
between
uphill
us.
because.
So we've got at the
Hominy.
top.
Hominy. What the fuck? Horrid
Hominy.
hominy.
We've got
Hominy.
at the top.
Hominy,
We've got,
hominy.
we've got Scooby Doo in Vietnam at the very top.
Now
Yeah.
you can agree. That would be good. Have you got the picture for that?
Not on here.
Do you know Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Think of him in Vietnam.
Yeah. If we say
Yeah,
that.
I'll show it you in a bit. It's a really good poster as well. We've got that right at the top.
Yeah.
Then we've got Tom's film, which was Happy Gilmore 3, but it was like a
Comics. The
UK
comedians
comics
playing.
versus American comics. kind
Okay.
of
I prefer
idea.
yours to that.
Yeah. And then there was another one. What was the other one?
Was it not the one that Lucas did? Lukey Dookie Duke.
Luke. Yes, Luke got 8.9.
Which was a
as well.
murdery one.
It was a murder mystery type thing, but he wrote the entire synopsis of the film and told the entire story, which it was convoluted as well. So this one I'd put on par, and I think it would depend on whether or not you want it more
The comedy element,
or
yeah.
mystery. That makes sense. So
I
I,
don't
reckon.
know. I never. That's the problem. I never got to explore this idea too much. I kind of came up
Yeah,
with the premise, and I
I
was
feel
like,
like
that'll do.
we need to give
Do you
the
know what I mean?
benefit of the doubt there as well.
I
'cause
prefer
of it.
this to the other one.
So I think
Because I think that with
We'll
this,
keep-
there's so many angles you could go with this. Like you're saying there, like
Yeah.
they could be locked in the house. He decides that I've got to do the right thing and tell the authorities. She's like, hell no, you're staying in this house with me. Then they could fall in love, or anything could happen. You don't know what could
And at the
happen.
end of
Yeah.
it, he gets a tenancy signed.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's endless
So,
possibilities. Yeah, he gets his
I think-
commission at the end of it. That's always part of
Because of that, I think we'll give the benefit there as well, because
Yeah.
there's still a massive open book of what could happen,
Yeah.
and also, I'd rather watch comedy
See, I think
comedy
I
horror
think this,
over.
you know what? I think this would be funny as well because like you could have like say if he's trying to get away from her in a house, or he goes into a room to try and find her, but the light bulbs don't work because they're a shitty letting agent. Stuff like that. It's like makes it more real as
That's
well.
a feature.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm still gonna put Scooby Doo at the top,
That's
yeah,
fair.
I think
but
so. Yeah.
I'm gonna put this as second.
Second, thank you
place.
very
So
much.
you're now
lads.
second place out of 6 people.
I appreciate that. That's good.
No,
Silver
it's
medal.
six people,
It's,
so
only because Scooby Doo.
you're
And he
doing
was
good.
cheating with Scooby Doo because he's
And
used a proper
also-
character that already exists.
The main priority there is you beat Jake.
Oh yeah, of course. I can't wait to
So,
tell him and rub it in
yeah.
his face. I was with Jake. Was it last night? What day is it today? Monday.
Yeah.
I was with Jake on Saturday night. We had a little gig in someone's house.
What?
Ah.
Yeah, similar to this. Yeah, gig in someone's
You
house.
just how you've got the tenancy agreement thing. You're just like, I'll just use it.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have got a microphone for karaoke. We'll use that as a PA. Set it up. No, so there's this guy basically. Weird ass gig. These guys are comics, so you'll understand it. But like, so this guy messaged me. No, sorry, Andy Roach booked it. You know Andy Roach at all? Do you know him? No, shout out Andy Roach.
I know his dad, Papa.
So so Andy Roach books it for this guy we knows, and basically this guy in like the mid to late 90s, early 2000s.
Jesus, that was in advance, wasn't it?
This guy, well, no, it didn't book it that far in
No.
advance. I wasn't even born. This guy, he's
Shut the fuck up. Let him talk. Jesus. Oh.
I also need to tell you about, I think, the idea of a porn parody called the Tenancy Agreement exists somewhere, but I can't think where.
it was a porno, yeah, 10-inchy agreement, 10-inchy. That's pretty good.
Just didn't relate to anything to do with this, but I had it in my head.
So
Go on,
what was I saying?
Max, stop interrupting him.
You were in the house.
Oh yeah, the gig.
This
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
from
So
Sorry.
90s, early 2000s.
so
something.
they were all like a group of comics, and they all did a comedy course back in the day, and they all went up to Edinburgh as a group and ran shows and this and that, and they were all like ex-comics, and nowadays like a couple of them are still gigging, but they were like they booked me, Jake, and James Murray to go and do his gig.
Oh, Gay James.
Yeah.
Gay James,
I
yeah,
know.
the only
Yeah.
James, but we still call him Gay James.
Yeah.
And so we went into this guy's house, and he basically it's just like a sitting area with a big projector, which he had TV on for his guest. And then when the comedy's ready to start, he pulled the projector up. There was double doors behind it. That opens, and then it becomes like a stage for the sitting
That's
room.
pretty fucking
Pretty cool.
sick.
And then he had a bar in his house, like literally a self-working bar with someone working behind it for us that night. And then he had like
fuck?
he had these old bro. Have you ever seen that film, The Menu?
Yeah.
Where the people go to eat the food and then they all get murdered.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought we'd
Oh,
So something like that.
is
He's
it
like,
Ralph
Fiennes?
Fiennes, yeah.
I thought he'd booked us to do comedy and we were going to get like a
Wait,
call.
hang on, does he,
Yeah, if
does
you-
he eat them?
If you
I
no,
don't know.
Does he kill them?
no. I'll explain it in a bit. So basically, you've gone in thinking it's a bit like The Menu.
I
You're
was
like,
like, this
if
is mental.
we do shit on stage, if we bomb,
Yeah.
we're getting killed.
Oh,
Kind of.
yeah, I mean, you know what? He was a lovely guy, and it was like
Yeah,
sound. It was like a pre-booked thing, and I was like, okay. But I was walking in, like I've got there, rang the Ring doorbell to a gig,
Ding,
and then
ding, ding.
this fella answers the door. He's like, "Hello," and I was like, "Hi, mate." I was like, "I'm here, for the comedy. I'm one of the one of the comedians." Imagine he's like, "You got the wrong house." Like, what the fuck, bro? But I was like, I need to come in. I need to come in for the comedy. And he's like, yeah, sure. I was like, do you mind if I use the bathroom before I go? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, sir. Restroom's right this way. And I was like, oh my god. Walked into the bathroom. The bathroom's like this immaculate, brilliant.
There's a man with a towel and some lollipops.
He's got, they got one of them guys from the nightclubs with the aftershaves in the corner. But nah, so I've walked into this bathroom, beautiful bathroom, but he's got like a couple of like pictures of his kids in the bathroom. So obviously I knocked one out. No, I'm joking.
I was gonna say.
No, he's got like pictures of his kids in the bathroom, and I was like, what am I doing here? I'm here to gig. And then I've walked in. As I've walked in, it's all his guests are sat around just having a chit chat. He's greeted me at the door, took me over to the comedians table where Jake and that sat. They basically sat us on one of them. It was an old Pac-Man table that was like connected to the floor, and it was like Pac-Man on the table. It was so sick. But he just took us over and he's like, guys, you just want a drink from the bar, get yourselves a drink, da-da-da. And we're like, fucking sound.
Did you ever go on the machine?
No. It was I didn't have a go on the machine. No, I went out and smoked a cigarette as soon as I got there because I was like, fucking, this is a lot to process.
Yeah.
Let me go out and smoke a cigarette. And then he came out and had a chat with me, explained the gig, this and that. And they were like, do you want to go first? I was like, fuck, I'll go first. Okay.
More time on the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went on and it was, it was all right. In terms of the gig,
How many were there?
there's about 25 of them. But,
Oh, that's not bad.
but all of them are ex-comics. One of
Yeah.
them still writes for like Chortle, which I didn't know. One of them's like still a comedy reviewer and that. And I was like, brilliant. And I said that the first 8 minutes of my set went really fucking well. And then I did like a little bit of a edgier joke, more of like a modern tone to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Lost them a little bit. Did my finishing joke, got a nice laugh. I was like, cool. I was like, right, guys. I was like, that's all my decent material. So I was like, obviously, because they booked us to do 10 to 20, and I'd probably done about 13 at this moment. And I was like, right, I could just leave it here. But me being me, I was like, do you guys like dark jokes? And all of them were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a few dark jokes for you. I'll reel them off. I just did like my 3 heaviest hitters, yeah. Not the Bill Cosby joke, but I did like my 3 heaviest hitters and then lost them completely. So I was like, guys, you've been fantastic. I'm done. I'll see you later. And then obviously imagine, but like you're done. You can't leave immediately because I'm in
because you're in
fucking
someone's house.
To be fair, they all came up to me afterwards and they were like, that was really good. That we loved that. But I also understand it, like from their perspective, comics watching other comics, like they're not gonna be like, they're
But
not
you're
going to be
looking at it through different eyes, aren't you?
100%. They're not going to be normal audience anyway. So the fact I got any
also,
laughter,
you're in someone's house.
yeah, man,
Performing stand-up comedy. That's already a weird situation.
Yeah.
So
it was decent though. It was. You know what? It was a good experience. It was my first time doing like a private gig as well. So I was like, I'm fucking doing something right. If someone's booking
well, if they ever need a double act,
Yeah.
you can give them on.
I'm
And,
interested in how that table works in the projector.
yeah, I know. I bet you are.
My other half's annoying. She's not wanting me to say that, so you're not annoying. Yeah. She's annoyed at me. That was a good save. Because I'll watch comedy and half the time I won't be laughing, but I'll find it funny because I'm going. You're seeing the rhythm of what they're doing. You're going,
You know what they're going through, yeah.
bam, and you're waiting for how they're going to build something up. Like I like, you'd be surprised, Ross Noble.
Don't know who that is, you know.
Do you know Ross Noble? Think of
Ross
a big
Noble?
Geordie bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get a picture up.
He's just. I don't know if you wouldn't know Ross Noble.
I'm not. To be honest, mate, I'm not like a massive comedy like.
Him.
Oh yeah, you know what? I
I'll
recognize
tell you what
his
he's been
face.
on recently. I don't know why. ITV Shark Cage thing.
He looks a bit like Tim Bigelow. Do you know Tim Bigelow?
But he's like a. No.
No, he's a new comic. You can't Google Tim Bigelow. Don't worry.
Because you get your.
Yeah.
But he's been around for years. He used to be up at Edinburgh on a unicycle. But he's very tangential.
Ah.
So that's nice. But then I can see, I'm like going, how's he going to get back to the.
Yeah,
Mine,
that's the
mine's
thing.
more Norm Macdonald.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
love Norm.
But it's figuring out. That's what it is. Watching stand up now, you're watching it with like a.
Which is a shame because Max is a better audience than we would be. We'd be going.
Yeah.
I still do that. It's just I can laugh through
No,
it.
but you enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
Whereas we're like,
It's cool
I
just
get the
being it's cool being in
enjoyment of it.
audience mode, isn't it? And forgetting about your own shit while someone's on stage. But it's obviously difficult when you're trying to, if you're at an open
Yeah.
mic and you've got to go on.
Yeah.
In that room, it was a bit different because a lot of them were like retired stuff, and like they, for the like 8.5 minutes of my set that went really well, they were genuinely like having a good time listening to, and that's what they were saying after it. They were like, oh, it's really nice to like see how it's being done now and stuff like that, and like what's being spoken about, and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? But,
at this point, they were just rubbing your shoulders.
yeah.
So, do you
Nah,
wanna
to be
just-
fair, I left pretty swiftly because it was all the way in fucking Waterloo, like near Formby, Crosby Ways.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
right.
quite
so-
far out.
Fair enough. I have got another question here.
Far away, man. Far away.
You can tell we're professionals.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to fucking read it.
You
right.
wrote that.
Shut the fuck up. So, what would you say have been probably your favourite places to have performed?
Favorite places to performed? Ooh, that's a good question. One of my favorite places to perform is Creatures Comedy Club. Yeah, regularly I love going there because it's got like that old school comedy club vibe where it's like
Underground as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
underground, but it's also like it's kind of like they're massive on grassroots in Creatures, and not every comedy club does that. So for me, they're like that's the place to be. I love performing there, especially like when you get like a good show of Creatures. When that room's full, 100 people ish.
Stage is sticky.
Sometimes it is, yeah.
It was when we.
I've had it before where I've literally had people, and I can see people looking at my feet while I'm telling my jokes.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
that happened to us.
Leave
yeah.
my squeaky feet alone.
Yeah,
Because we move around the stage a lot as well, it's a lot more noticeable
But
with us.
it's so. But when that room's full, 100 people in there, and it's like booming.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. In there, I mean, I don't know if that's my favorite. That's like because I did a gig the other week at Hot Water. I did Tony Carroll and Friends show, which was a pretty big deal for me because Tony's a great guy, and he's very much like wants to help out the next generation of comics and that. So he gave me a spot on his show, and I'll be honest, it was probably the best performance I've ever given. Like the best performance I've ever delivered, like in terms of timing, landing the jokes, fucking bit of crowd interaction that went well. Like everything just aligned, and it was probably genuinely the best
Did
set.
the Cosby bit land?
Didn't do it. Didn't do it, left it out. That was
That's
my thing.
difficult because you always have to find a new nonce to keep it updated, don't you?
I know, yeah, true. But I'm waiting for another black one to update that joke. But
Did he?
nah, I just can't.
Well, pretty sure he's black.
Yeah, but I didn't think he's a nonce. I think he's just a pervert.
No, he is a
Oh, is
nonce.
Is he? I thought he was just a pervert.
You could have had that film, Nonce Upon a Time.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
There you go.
But
Favorite Andrew Epstein is not an Andrew. Is Andrew Epstein?
No.
Or
Jeffrey.
Prince or Max?
You fucked up the joke.
Should we chat again? Favorite Andrew, Prince or Tate? That was what I was going for.
I like Prince the singer.
If you had to take one for a meal, Prince Andrew or Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate, because he'd pay.
Yeah, because he'd have to be like, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
So he'd
I'm
defo
off.
pay.
Yeah, 100%.
How much do you reckon he spends on
And he's
food?
less likely to touch your thigh, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no.
Although
it depends how built you are.
if we're going on a meal with this one person, and they are both like,
Pizza Express with Prince Andrew, innit?
they're both like, obviously Andrew Tate's done but dodgy stuff as well, hasn't he? He's been accused.
What?
So,
I will not have a word said about him. He is an alpha.
but between them two, if I was in a vulnerable situation where one of them was going to try and take advantage of me, I'd have much more confidence in backing myself against Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew,
than Andrew
yeah.
Saying
Tate.
that,
100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
agree
was
with
going
you.
to say he was a
there.
helicopter. He wasn't. He flew a helicopter during the Falklands War. I'd love to see Prince Andrew punch Andrew Tate. If there was one thing that made me go, okay, come back in the royal family. If he punched Andrew Tate, I'd be like, you shouldn't have done that.
We're
Some
not
people
far off
weren't
it.
thrilled, but if he just went,
We're not far off that, man. We're not far off like the internet being able to produce videos where you get to see that,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Just
Oh, I imagine it's already now.
Oh,
We
yeah,
could
already
do that
does.
now, I imagine.
yeah.
I have got one more question.
Okay.
And then we can
Cracking
carry
question.
on chatting. But it's one more that I've written,
Yeah.
which is...
do you want me to read this one? Or?
He put his book away just to pull it out again. I love that.
right. Oh,
Just
yeah.
a picture
that's
of a dog.
it. So, what would you recommend to someone starting out, like do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a really good question, man. I mean, fucking how long? Honestly, you might need to make a list for this.
We'll get your book.
Do's.
It's all right. We're recording.
Do's is like make sure that you definitely love it before you start doing it.
Mm.
Like make sure that you really want to do it, because loads of people start doing it. There's people I know that have quit since and stuff just because. And it's like you really have to be mentally ill to want to do this, and if you want to do it and you make the decision to do that, then you better fucking work hard at it. They're like my two big do's is like actually do it and work hard. Don'ts, it's like one of them, like don'ts from like what I don't think people should do, or don'ts from like my personal experience. Like don'ts from my personal experience for people who have like might be watching this and thinking about getting into stand up. I'd never met creative industry people before in my life, right? So when I started doing stand up and I'm interacting with these people have tendencies to show bits of like disrespect. They'll think they can speak to you like shit. They can think they could do whatever, right? And in my first year, I didn't know that these people had never had like real life interactions,
Yeah.
right? So whenever someone would do anything like that towards me, I would take it super personally, but I'd also confront them about it.
Don't get any ideas.
Well, the don't I'm going to say is maybe don't get confrontational because it's never worth it. And you end up just building a bit of reputation for yourself. People, there's probably still people out there who perceive me as like a bit of an aggy guy because I've kicked off on people about shit.
Yeah.
I've never kicked off on anyone for anything that's unreasonable. It's always something that I'm like, no, that's not cool. So I'm going to tell you that that's not cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's like a big don't. I think it's just like, just stay in your lane and just focus on the job at hand. Don't get involved in all the bullshit around it because it just wastes time. It burns bridges. It does all this stuff that you don't need. Yeah, just believe in yourself, man. It's the corniest thing to say. Is I hate even saying that to myself, but like,
That's a good point though about
you
not
really-
letting stuff rile you.
oh yeah, don't
Because
let.
there's stuff that's been said where I've gone, and
Yeah.
I've mentioned to Max, and you've literally gone, and I've gone, if Max can just wave it off, why am
Yeah,
I letting
I-
it live rent free in my head?
But there's so
I
much
wave it
beauty
off.
in that.
I wave it off mainly because I don't care about other people's opinions of me, especially. But I have noticed where we've had interactions with people like that, and they're either a bit rude or they're just, a bit full of themselves or whatever. He doesn't go across the confrontational route that you would traditionally see from people. Whereas, like I said, I just kind of just go, it is what it is. He'll just get really sarcastic and just make blatantly obvious comments that are about the people
Right.
Yeah.
The toilet
Right in front
stunk
of
in
us.
that club. I only mentioned it 3 or 4 times.
But that maybe that's.
on stage
Fucking
in front of the
fix your-
people
fix your
who'd
toilet.
hired us for the gig.
No, I agree with that though.
But
If
like-
you're going to have actors come in,
Yeah,
actors, if you're going to have people come in, sort out your plumbing, right? You could have done that. You were trained in plumbing.
I did 2
Years
years plumbing
ago.
at college.
Did
Yeah, did plumbing at college.
I
Drove in
did
round the
it
bend.
as a side job whilst I was at uni.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But no, in that, right, 100%, because so many people, a lot of these people have, like,
That's one of the better routes, I still think, though,
Yeah.
to be confrontational.
100%.
Is
It
by
is.
being a
But
little
even-
bit sarcastic and jokey about
but the way
it.
you are is what I'm aspiring to be, because none of the shit that actually happens, none of these interactions that you have with these fucking random people at gigs actually matters to what
Yeah.
you're doing. It's nothing to do with what you're doing. So I'm
Best part
really
is as well.
trying to do that,
Yeah.
basically.
The best part is as well is when you get to the point where you can just not give a shit.
100%.
The next day, you will not even know what they look like or what their name was.
Literally
anymore.
that. Like,
And
I
then
used
you'll
to,
see them again at another gig and they'll be dead nice to you.
my thing was
Yeah, like-
just like it's probably comes from my love for like New York and like Italian gangster shit though. It was like because people wouldn't show you like instant respect, and I'd be like, oh, so you think I'm a pussy and you don't have
Yeah.
to respect me? Like that's fine because I'm gonna make sure that you know that's not the case, and I'm gonna tell you that you
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
be respectful to anyone. Like that's the way I always navigate. But again, I'm trying to say that's a don't because that's backfired on me a few times with like certain people.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Certain promoters have
Yeah.
got like a certain idea in their head that I'm not a good guy, which fuck them anyway. I don't care, but that's fine. But I'm really want to get to that point where I'm like, something happens, who cares, man? Like it's not enough.
It's
to
not
keep me
worth
up at
the
night. Yeah,
spinning round in
it's
you.
not worth the energy or I've got too much shit to focus on. I haven't got enough time to focus on people's
Yeah.
bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
The other thing is, though, what I'll say is, because obviously you're saying that you want to get into a place like that where
Yeah.
it's like you can just kind of let it go. Don't go over the deep end like I have.
oh yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's even with people that I like and we get on with at gigs and stuff, I'll see them 2 weeks later, not a fucking clue who they are.
yeah.
And they have to fully remind me.
Right, yeah.
Who they
I'm with
are.
you. Yeah,
Max
yeah,
is
yeah.
You know
level
what
of
I mean?
chilled. He's like, I could
Like,
be like,
we've-
Max Fire, and he'd be like,
We've met quite a few times.
Yeah, yeah.
It took a fair few times of us meeting for me to go, that's Will. I know Will.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
get
So
you, man.
like with Gay James as well.
Gay James,
that
yeah.
took a long time to
Really,
remember.
you and him look like fucking long lost brothers as well. I can't believe that.
Like James.
not see it, no?
James is an
Gay James?
interesting.
Yeah.
James is a very unique character as a person. So it's. I feel like I did remember James a little bit.
Do us a
quicker,
favour,
but
type
I
in
forgot
Gay
his name.
James on there, pull him up.
so I said, pull
He's
it
gonna
up.
go up with some porn.
But no, I again like a big do and stuff like that is just massive part of what got me this far so far is fucking delusion, man. See, I'd say
Yeah.
do have a bit of delusion and do believe in yourself, but
I feel like that's with any comics. We've all got delusion to a degree. I feel like.
can I give you so these are like my you know, for the clips answers, right? Like nice answers, right? But like some of the actual answers, like don't be in a green room asking people for pictures. That's one thing that I say.
Yeah.
I don't think you should ever do that because the comics who are in the green room, the second you leave after that picture, they're gonna be like, what a fucking idiot he was asking me for a picture in the green room. As disgusting and horrible as that is, it's a nice, it should be a nice thing. But you know, if you're a comic and you're
Yeah,
both in an agreement,
Yeah.
and a comic asking for a comic, I find mad. But then also, I can't say that if I was doing a gig and Kevin Bridges walked in, I wouldn't ask him for a fucking picture because it's Kevin
Yeah.
Bridges. Do you know what I mean? But I'd say like just try etiquette is like
Well, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to just bother him and upset him because the last thing you want to do is burn your bridges.
yeah, wait.
Jack.
But the etiquette is like the etiquette's a huge thing that I think people don't focus on the fun, like self awareness and etiquette.
Well, the irony on that is we were at Hot Water not too long ago,
yeah,
and it was a night where Paul Smith was doing the Pablo tour, and
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was like the tail end of the
oh
most
yeah, I know
recent
about
one or
this night. I
something.
know what gig you're on about. I
Uh,
remember. I've heard the stories about the people in the green room with Paul Smith and that. Is this what you were going to go on to?
Potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you hear
No.
about what happened with this fucker?
No,
No,
because this
no.
is such a mundane thing
So,
that I did like an old man.
We I think we'd just done whatever show we were doing, and we'd come back in. I'd gone straight into the toilet, didn't even know who was in the green room,
Yeah.
and he's gone and sat down, and I come out of the toilet, and I just hear him say to Paul Smith, "You know, the Last Crusade,
Didn't know. It
the
was
Last Crusade."
Yeah.
He shakes his head.
So I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Thursday.
Paul Smith's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I just tell Jack, "Shut the fuck up," just, you know.
Yeah.
He's clearly sat there with his mates wanting to chat with them.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to chat with this random bloke about the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Let's just leave
It wasn't
it.
even, it was the third person I asked. I didn't even go to him first. Right, I'd gone
So
in,
I've not heard any of this. So do you want to explain what actually happened
I'd
in that
gone
room?
and sat down because you'd gone to the loo. I was like, oh, I've got a drink in here somewhere. And there were loads of drinks on the table.
Right.
And I said, oh, I don't know which one to choose. Went, oh, it's like the Last Crusade. As in, like, when he's choosing the correct cup of Christ. You
yeah.
know this.
Yeah. Of
big on
course.
the
I've read the Bible.
Yeah. Which has Indiana Jones in it. And, you know, I was like, oh, you're choosing the right cup. So I asked Kim, and she was like, okay. And I was like, no. And then I asked somebody else, I was like, no. And then I asked Paul, and he just looked at me. I was like, you know,
and
like
that's when
Indiana
I
Jones.
come out of the
Last
toilet.
Crusade. And you came in, and I walked over to Max, like, what are you talking to Paul Smith about? I went, the Last Crusade, but he didn't know. And I went, oh, that's why I recognised him. And Max was like, fuck's sake. But I maintain that was a perfectly good reference.
And he
You're wasted,
gave,
aren't you? On
he gave him
Paul
like
Smith?
a really weird look, just like, what? Who the fuck are
Who's the
you?
fa- I didn't ask him
Why are
first.
you talking
Three
to
randomers,
me?
and then no, fine.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I think it's just like an etiquette and
He
self.
was dead sound, but
yeah,
he was
no,
just like,
Paul like confused.
Paul Smith's
He
a
was just
lovely
like,
guy,
what
but
the fuck?
I think like etiquette and
but that
etiquette and
just shows a
self-awareness.
lack of etiquette
Yeah.
there a little bit.
I think we're all one big family. And what's the perfect family film but The Last Crusade? And if you don't know about the Cup of Christ, then what are you doing with your life?
Yeah. But that's one thing I'd say do is make sure that you do have a bit of like, because I think that's a lot of like people say this to me, and I never really know how to take it right because I like to think that like people value me as a stand up because of my stand up, but like people have said to me that like I'm quite good at like the whole networking side of it because I'm just like a normal geezer really. I'm not like I'm not exactly quirky. I don't stand out. I'd say
No, but you're not Marmite.
no. I'm not. Of course,
You're
I'm
not like,
Marmite.
oh, you're gonna hate me.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not like.
more unlike us.
But when I
But there's two of us. You've
when
got
I-
two different types. Vegemite and Marmite.
But
You
that's
might like one a
do you
bit.
see what I mean? See how like you're in a green room there and you're like Last Crusade, anyone? And I'd be in there like if Paul Smith looked at me and I had something to say, it would like I remember when I was very new, Jamie Hutchison walked into the green room.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say, but it's just me and him in there. So I was like, "How's the show been?"
Should've
And
asked.
we had a chat and we had a nice normal
Yeah,
chat and he
that
knew
would
who
be
I
a
was.
nice
Do you know
normal
what I'm saying?
conversation.
How's the show been?
Yeah.
Nice and simple. Like that's the etiquette of like, oh, I just want to be normal. I don't want him to think I'm a freak. Sorry, man. I'm really sorry. The Last Crusade.
If you think
See, if I'd not gone to the toilet, it probably would have been a little bit more normal,
Yeah,
or I
yeah,
would
yeah.
have stopped him.
if you think the work of Spielberg,
We've not been back since, by the way.
Hang on. Although I'll tell you
Not
what,
let us do
what
another
did go
show.
down well was the 20 minutes I was discussing with the guy who owns the place about the networking cables they used to
Binty.
be on the screens.
Yeah, Binty.
He was like,
No,
oh,
no.
actually, and he was, so
He really
afterwards,
liked-
that went down quite
Yeah.
well. He's like, why are you talking about networking cables? Like,
Yeah.
well, they've run it over Cat 6, eh? But yeah.
Now, you and Binty are like, you
Oh,
could be
they-
one of his descendants, to be honest, because you and him are like the exact same. Like,
They were
person.
like a house on
Yeah,
fire,
yeah.
them two. And
Serious.
I'm sat there, it's just me, him, and Binty in this room.
Yeah.
And they're chatting away about all the electronics, and I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, no. Binty's like proper. If he can fixate on stuff like that, I worked for him for like 6 months building the new venue. So I worked there as a labourer, just fucking lifting shit and that. Mate, he was a funny guy to work for, but I remember there was this like one day. He's obviously quite a menacing guy, you know, big guy, owns the club.
Yeah.
I want to be a comic. He owns
It used
the
to be a
comic club.
bus depot, didn't it?
Apparently, yeah, back in the day. So he was doing a building, and one of the main theatre, they're getting ready to do something to the roof, and hang the speakers from the roof, is what
Yeah.
from the ceiling. Sorry, right. So Binsy's stood near where the stage is, and I'm stood right at the back of like that main theater, right. And he's like, "Will, I need to do a chalk line from here to here, and it needs to be straight." So he's like, "I'm gonna take this string down there and hold it here, and you hold it there, and it's got to be in line with these pencil marks, right?" And he's like, "When I say when, I'm gonna twang the wire so it leaves a perfectly straight line all the way across.
Ooh.
You know, like a chalk line. That's what it's
Yeah.
called, right?"
That's a good way of
Yeah.
doing it.
So he goes to me. He's like, "Right, well, I'm ready. Are we in? Like, are we in line?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, we're in line." He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're in line." He twanged it, yeah. Removed the chalk line. I'm about that far off.
Oh.
He was having a fucking meltdown about that. Like, me and Bitney are quite close, you know what I mean? But he was having a melt because I was just a dumb idiot labourer. And
Well, it's a pretty old school way of doing it. You'd have a laser level now, wouldn't you? I'm getting too technical. But yeah, I understand. It's a good way of doing it.
yeah, no, because the laser level, this needed to be marked for where they'd be hung. If you're gonna have a laser
Yeah.
level, like,
Yeah, but I mean, no, I don't mean laser just to do that. I mean, you can do ones that throw like a laser.
I think you're missing the point of the story
yeah,
a little bit.
I think laser's an initialism as well. Light and sort of, yeah. He's a good lad.
no, he's a great lad. Great lad. He's just he's very stuff like that, mate. He's proper hands on.
But having that and then Frog and Bucket and then Creatures, the Northwest has got quite a lot of. You look at stuff outside the bubble and you're like, it's a long way to go to do 5 minutes up to
Yeah.
the northeast or to Birmingham,
Oh,
and you end
no.
up in Birmingham.
Go anywhere, me. I go fucking Yorkshire a lot. I always end up doing weird gigs in Yorkshire, but like they're fun, you know.
Yeah.
Max Yorkshire.
We tend to stay around the northwest a little bit, mainly because
Max is
we
tight.
can only leave at specific times.
You gotta get down south for
day.
some point, though, man. You gotta try it
Yeah.
out. I've done one gig
But
in London.
He's also got a newborn as well, so
Oh,
we're
boo.
like, yeah, I know,
Boo.
fucking
Oh,
selfish.
you've met her? Yeah, she's twat. She does. Right. She can say night night now.
No, I think it's like gonna give it a little bit more time, like,
Yeah.
and then
Man,
maybe
you know what?
start traveling
that's
a little bit
that's
more.
probably a do as well. It's like maybe just like self-awareness. It all falls under self-awareness and etiquette, but like the
Yeah.
self-awareness to know when you're ready for a gig. I went to Amsterdam on holiday last year, and just because I was like, oh, I'm going to Amsterdam with my friends. Let me just apply to a gig if I can see them out there. Didn't think I'd hear anything back. Lo and behold, the guy gets back to me. He's like, "Do you want to do a 10-minute spot on this gig?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man." Thinking it's going to be like our scene where there's like 10 people there. No one gives a fuck. Walk in, 90 people, packed out.
Oh
room.
wow.
All the comics that he's got on are guys from like Canada and America who are like in Amsterdam and they're just jumping on. And they're all fucking very good with like the international references and all this. And I'm going on, I'm like, "Oh, about me nan."
Yeah.
And like, oh mate, it was probably the worst bomb I've ever had in my life. And all that, every joke got nothing except for my 3 friends who came with me at the back of the room dying laughing.
That's
like,
his nan.
yeah, but that was like all I got from the back of the room. My friends laughing at me, I guess out of pity, and I
Yeah.
bond. And I wish I never.
Well, you've gone and done it, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to go to Amsterdam and
and-
to do
Technically, you're an international comedian now.
100%, bro. Internationally
Yeah.
to
touring.
fly to Amsterdam to do a gig to 90 people. It's like it doesn't matter if the shuffle hits the fan. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I mean, I got a couple of chuckles, but it was probably one of the worst sets I've ever had. If
Yeah.
I just missed another one of your dad jokes, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
The airport is Schiphol International Airport.
I wouldn't even know that. You know.
Doesn't matter.
So-
Doesn't matter.
So this
It
is
was
why
that or Anne Frank.
this is why I let him just like go on tangents and write a
Mate,
bunch of
this,
shit,
I can't lie. 2
and then
hours.
I
is-
edit them.
2 hours has flown by there, boys.
Oh,
I'm
shit,
not gonna
yeah.
lie, it's flown by.
We'll
I
start
might-
wrapping up.
Yeah,
in
I
a
was gonna say I
second,
might have to
yeah.
wrap up shortly.
No,
boys.
no.
That's
Um,
all right.
Once we've run out of Max's 92 questions, we have. Then
Do you have any more questions?
no,
I do
actually,
like the
I've
questions.
got- I've gone
so
through
what do
them
you
all.
do? You do your letting now.
Yeah.
What are you? I mean, obviously, Mr. Worldwide Comedian. Is
That's just a day
on
job,
the way.
man. It's just a day job, pay my bills and
But
feed
what
my
would
dog.
you? What could you see yourself going to other career? What
Yeah,
do you-
so my plan is because like I'll be honest, man. Anyone expecting that like you're gonna live off stand up within the first 10 years, you really are hoping for the best because
Yeah.
you have to build your own audience. It's a whole thing. It's a 40-year career for most of these people who do it. You know
oh,
what I mean?
shit.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sorry,
older than
man.
Max, isn't it?
Someone didn't tell you that, but
Well, he's 11 years older than me. He's fucked.
yeah. So it's like a 4-year career, right? And I
You can
forgot.
play
What,
snooker. They're quite old.
oh, so that's what my.
I'm Chinese.
I actually love snooker. If you ever want a game, give me a shout. By
I'm not good, but I'll give you a game.
100%.
Yeah,
So
Networking.
but yeah, so my plan is because I think like obviously this at the moment I'm working full time and gigging all the time, and it's burning the candle at both ends. It fucks me up. So
Yeah.
I'm always tired and shit.
Yeah.
But my plan is to like get to a point where I'm not doing free gigs anymore. Like every gig has some sort of fee, whether it be
Yeah.
like even just traveling, just some sort of fee on every gig, so that I'm earning a bit of income from comedy. So then I don't have to work full time for my income, and then I could work like 1 or 2 days. This is really gay. But work like 1 or 2 days in like a aquarium.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
There was like a sentence that made sense, and I was like, I'm going to reduce the amount of time I'm doing and put more into my craft, and then just start getting paid for my stage time, and then I'm going to work in an aquarium.
No, because you asked like career-wise. So like my next step for me is before I eventually hopefully go full-time pro, I'd like to step back from working full-time,
And then
get a bit of money from stand-up, and then earn myself a little bit of income from just working in an aquarium.
no, fair enough.
Specifically, which aquarium?
Maidenhead Aquatics usually they've kind of Donald Trumped.
Oh,
the industry.
sorry, I'm with you. I was thinking of like Blue Planet Aquarium.
No, I'm not. I don't like sharks, bro. I like tropical fish. I'm a nerd. I
Hang on, what is a shark but a tropical fish?
saltwater.
With the tropics?
Tropical fish is like.
Oh, you mean
freshwater.
like the nice one,
Yeah.
the flamboyant one?
Do you get freshwater sharks?
I don't think so.
Technically, bull sharks can use the urea in the blood to. Yes, they can. It's not the point. Not the point. Right? It's very boring. They were on golf clubs in Australia.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, but that's a.
I'm a
good
bit of a
plan.
fish. I'm a fish dude. I don't know why. I'm not autistic or anything. I don't think. But when I was a
That's
kid,
trains, isn't it?
I always liked having fish tanks. I don't know why. And it's carried on into adulthood.
Fish tanks.
fair
I've got one fish that I've named her Jean. Just misgendered a fish.
How did you gender a fish? It's like
I don't know.
impossible. They don't have genitals.
Hard enough to shag. So it won't die. So I had a load of fish in a tank.
Yeah.
Because if I had them out the tank, they'd all be dead.
Yeah.
And they put water in the tank. Anyway, so stop laughing. The thermometer broke, right? And all this old like mercury shit leaked into the tank,
Yeah.
and all the fish died. And I was like, oh, I've got fish soup. So I poured it all out.
Yeah.
I'm sure I poured it all out, and it's just dead fish and some gravel. So I filled it back up with water. Right, back up. And I just thought I'll put it on Facebook and sell tank with water, no thermometer, heater, right? And then I went back to it. I came down one morning and the lights had come on automatically on the timers. And this big fuck off fish was like, yo, we've got a rainbow shark. And it may be dead now. But it like about 3 years beyond this sort of fish-mageddon,
Yeah.
it's still alive. So I've named it Jean because my grandma's called Jean and she's got dementia. And every time I see her, she's like, I don't want to be here. And I'm like, neither do any of us.
Yeah. Neither does that
But
fish.
you've shat yourself and someone needs to get the wipes. So,
Can I
yeah.
take? Can I? Yeah. We'll end it on this.
Do you want a
thing,
rainbow shark?
'cause No, my
Do you want me
tag's
gran?
my tag's too small. If you got a bigger tag for sale, I'll buy that off you.
You won't fit
Anyway.
me gran.
No, can I tell you something? Actually, funny enough, I won't mention the promoter's name because I'm not trying to do that. But there's this one promoter who always posts in the forum about spots, and I've messaged them a bunch, and you never get a reply. Right? It's fine. Everyone, you probably know what I'm talking about, right?
we get that with everyone.
But you see, you never get a reply, right? But this one.
The only
promoter-
people who reply to us are people who know us.
This one promoter must have sent like over like 50 DMs, basically just asking for spots whenever they post. Never got a reply. The last message I sent to them was like, "What's a brother got to do to get a spot?" Like literally desperate door, right? Like regret sending it, but I was
Dick
probably
pic.
just like, "Fuck you," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other day I posted a little Facebook status because I'm looking to upgrade my fish tank, and the Facebook status was like, "Anyone of my friends on here know anyone selling a fish tank?" Da-da-da-da. Guess who fucking messages me? That promoter. Hi mate, do you want to buy this fish tank?
Well.
You know what I said? I was like, while I've got you, any spots? They didn't get back to me on that either. But yeah, it
How
was,
big's your fish tank?
I've only got like 57 litres. That's why I need to upgrade, man. I need a big one.
Saltwater or?
Freshwater, man. Saltwater's too much work. You got to order the water in. Can you imagine waiting for the water to arrive in the post? Fuck off, mate.
Wait, do you not make the saltwater yourself?
No. Unless you jizz in it. No.
I mean, I'd start.
And
by
on
putting,
that note-
I'd start by putting salt.
No, but I just want to quickly. So you talked about
What's
the
your
Armageddon
biggest
fish.
fish?
My biggest fish is a gourami, about that big. But I want to tell you about a fish, Armageddon, that happened with me.
Yeah.
We had one of those plecos. You know, you buy a pleco with sucked on the side of the tank, them fish, right?
Play guitar.
The
with
ones
it,
that I put the mouth on the side of the tank and they suck the
yeah.
algae.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't get
So
ideas.
bought one of them. It was like that big when we got it. Lived for years. Ended up being like this fucking big. It was
Jeez.
huge. We ended up getting rid of the tank, and my sister's boyfriend emptied the whole thing out, and there was a big bit of wood in the tank. So he put this big bit of wood in a bucket to basically he wanted to, when you get like driftwood in a tank, you
We had snail eggs in ours. Yeah.
put the boiling water all over it to like get all the tannins out of it and that. We put this bit of wood in a bucket, filled the bucket up with boiling water, and left it just to clean the rest of the tank. Left it for like 2 hours. Comes back to it 2 hours later, takes the bit of wood out, sees something moving in the bottom of the bucket. This pleco was still alive. He took it out, put it back in the tank, and it lived for like another 2 years.
Holy
Mental,
shit.
bro. Fish
So
are actually
you've
the
got,
most
like, the-
indestructible fucking things you've ever seen, mate. It's
So it's
ridiculous.
like the Deadpool, the bit where he's got all the cancer in that. Bad, innit? Make a
You-
wish never.
Bad, innit?
Make a wish never visit him, do they? They never appear. But that one, it's like the Deadpool of fish.
Yeah.
Dead
almost.
fish pool.
Yeah.
Cool. So in short, comedy and aquarium.
Comedy and aquarium is the next step, and then
Yeah.
hopefully eventually we'll get to being a full-time pro, man.
No, but don't never give up on the aquarium. That's quite fun.
Well, eventually the goal would be to like own my own chain. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be
What,
sick.
like
Yeah.
B.A. Baracus or what?
Well, I'd yeah.
Will Smith's fish.
I'd go, yeah, the fresh fish of Bel Air or some shit. I don't know. I'd
There
go,
you go.
I'd have to try because Maidenhead Aquatics, they basically become the McDonald's of the fish world, and I'd
Yeah.
love to go against them, basically.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe that should have been my movie idea, man.
fish one man
It
imports
could be like-
fish.
But yeah, boys, this has been lovely, but I'm gonna have to fuck
Yeah,
off
no,
with
we
that.
need to-
Yeah,
we
no,
to
that's
shoot.
fine. We need to get going anyway.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
No worries, guys.
Yeah,
Pleasure for having
thanks
me.
for coming
Can I just say before we go as well, if anyone is watching out there, give socials, Will Smith stand up, give me a follow. See something you don't like? Let me know.
Yeah. Sweet.
Good. And Maidenhead Aquatics. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck Maidenhead Aquatics. They're like, what's the what? SeaWorld? Maidenhead Aquatics is our version of SeaWorld. Fuck
Yeah.
them guys, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
But no, boys, it's been really good. I've
Just before we
Go
go,
on, yeah,
I've
go
just
on.
got one thing that we do every single
yeah,
episode.
sure. Sorry.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, Luke.
Yeah.
Hi, Luke. Who's that?
It's just a guy that we know that genuinely watches every single episode.
Oh, shout out Luke, man. No, I
Yeah.
love that. I love
He was
that.
he was in last episode.
He was on the pod.
Yeah, he was on the pod. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great, man.
Yeah,
Because
we've
to be
got
honest
him.
with you, Luke, people like you is what you're the foundation of this, man. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Oh,
it
you've
all
not met him.
Yeah, but
He's
that's
a
what
good
it starts with,
foundation.
though. That's
We
what
had
it starts with.
we had some bad news about his sister Leia.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. So
Pleasure,
thanks
boys.
for coming.
Pleasure, boys.
Thank you
Pleasure
for
is all
coming.
mine.
Thank you, Will.
Hope you
for
enjoyed.
having me.
Again.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
yeah, let's play the outro music. We're done.